Hello, everyone. Shalom. Wadu. Dinka Allah. All right, everyone. Kifala. Alhamdulillah, everyone. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah. Allah Kareem. Okay. Al Shadain Hekimo. All right, you all. So today I'm going to be talking about some creepy TikToks, unless you all want to do some readings, And it's past my time for me to eat, and I'm getting ready to eat, because, Ramadan, y'all. So I'm gonna make love to my food. I'm gonna enjoy my food on camera with you all. So as I do that, I also want to let you all know some portal dates too. We'll see if anybody come on in here. If they come, I'll let you know at the end. But if nobody come, because I have some days that the portals is going to be open. You know, mm, y'all. I'm cooking 2 meals at once. Now I know I'm eating some right now, some shrimp, lemon juice, butter, and then I'm cooking some neck bones, some cornbread, cornbread, and some greens. I don't know. I guess I had taste for like cooking two in one, right? So when Ramadan go down, I can just find something easy to eat. Mm. But anyway, after you come from Ramadan, after you do Ramadan, you're supposed to celebrate, but not the celebration that I. This ain't a big celebration. It's a bigger celebration, and it begins with an L. I can't hardly say the name of it, but anyway, let's look at some creepy TikToks. Let's go, you all. Let me share my screen. My Rose Jam Essentials. Now, if you all want to donate, you can, because my channel is not monetized. Okay, my channel is not monetized. So let's look at some creepy TikToks. Okay, let me share my screen. While I enjoy my food and enjoy my subscribers too at the same time. Thank you, subscribers. I like her too. This is Real Kia. Real Kia. I like her so much too. Real Kia. I got a Gemini brain. She got a Gemini brain too. This we going. Oh, let me go back, y'all. It's not going. Let me stop.
My bad, y'all. I got caught up watching Bunny eating videos. Today we are going to go over the dark history of Easter and the meaning of April Fools. Let's just get straight into the video because you know how I feel about intros. Also, let's just get a little information from yours truly. Can we talk about the dark history of Easter? You got to make sure you check outside. On the first Sunday after the full moon, they would celebrate by baking cakes, getting drunk, and committing other heinous crimes. Women were required to celebrate the conception by laying down at the temple of Ishtar and having relations with anybody who walks in. There is a very, very dark history on why they color eggs. These were sacrificed, and the blood of the eggs were dipped in the eggs for Ishtar. Decorating eggs seems harmless until you consider the origins of it. Just a little background on the resurrection part. The Egyptians believed in the resurrection of the sun. You guys believe in the resurrection of the sun. Do you see the sun behind his head? So if I have showed you that Easter is a pagan holiday and it came from something, what makes you think that the resurrection of the sun didn't come from the resurrection of the sun? So are you really celebrating something that was a source? Now, for all my Christians out there, I'm gonna let a pastor explain the situation to y'all before we get into April Fools, which is really interesting because everybody's being fooled on Easter.
You're right. Everything goes back to Babylon. I don't care what it is. In Babylon, they had a goddess of fertility. Her name was, interestingly, Ishtar, Ishtar. That's where we get our word Easter from, was this pagan goddess of fertility. If you doubt this, by the way, go home tonight in your encyclopedia and look up Easter in your encyclopedia. It'll tell you the whole story that I'm going to tell you right now. It's in every history book. And what they did, this goddess of fertility called Ishtar, they worshipped her in the springtime. You know why? Because everything was coming to life, and she was the one that caused all life and everything to grow anyway, so they thought she got very active in the springtime. So they honored her always on the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the equinox. That was Ishtar's day, because she was the goddess of fertility, the goddess of reproduction. And you know what happens, folks? They took that then, and they celebrated this day of her in her honor, and so did Medo Persia, and so did Greece. In fact, Greece had her under another name called Venus. You ever heard of Venus before? That's Ishtar in Babylon, the same thing. And then you go to Rome, and Rome had this, and folks, the same thing. You come to Constantine. Constantine, about 300 years after Jesus, says, hey, we got all these pagans out here, and they're worshiping Ishtar on the first Sunday after the first full moon after the equinox. You know what? Jesus rose from the tomb in the springtime. It was Passover time and so on. Why don't we take this Ishtar's day, and instead of giving honor to Ishtar, the giver of life and so on, Jesus is the resurrection, Jesus is the life. Why don't we start to keep this day in honor of Jesus Christ? And we can win all these pagans to Christianity. And the Christian said, that's a great idea. And so, folks, he changed Ishtar's day to Easter Day in honor of Jesus' resurrection. And then as papal Rome again rules the entire world for the next 1260 years, it passes that teaching on to everybody in the world, and the whole world does it, and nobody even thinks twice about it. But you all tell me, what in the world do chocolate chickies and bunny rabbits got to do with the resurrection of Jesus? Amen? Did you ever wonder about that?
I hope y'all liking it. Yeah.
I bet you didn't. You know why? You've done it all your life.
I like it. I can.
Everybody does it. But you know where it comes from? Make a guess. Babylon is right. Because, folks, in Babylon, they worshipped the egg on Easter's Day, because an egg is a symbol of fertility. Not only that, they worship bunny rabbits on Easter's Day. You know why? Because bunny rabbits are the most prolific reproducers in the world. I know. I grew up on a ranch. We had lots of rabbits. All rabbits do is make love and have babies. Isn't that right? Yeah. And so, honestly, they worship the rabbit. And we still have that today, all the way back from Babylon.
Now, this is what I want y'all to take away from this. Majority of Americans and people who have adapted to Christianity and Easter, we're still celebrating the same things that was celebrated back then. Do you see how time doesn't exist? We're still recycling the same energy. It just keeps constantly happening over and over again. We're still celebrating the same things, still in the same mindsets, still in the same constructs. Like it's getting like annoying. Like it's not producing any evolution. It's like the past and the present is still happening, and the future is happening right now too. All of it is happening all in right now. That is the spell. Just like the wars, the terrible stuff that's happening around this planet, the holidays, the hatred, the separation. Notice how everything is more mental now. At first, back then, it was physical. You can see the physical energy that was happening on this planet, the terrible history that was happening on this planet. Now people are in a state of mental slavery. The energy has never left us. Y'all see that? The energy has never left. Therefore, you're stuck in time. Past, present, future is all happening at once. Our past selves, the past is experiencing the same thing we're experiencing. But it's just mental. You free your mind, you free yourself, you can start evolving again and stop standing still. It's just like energy and feelings that you hold inside of you. That energy stays with you, and it'll stay with you all the way up until it's time for you to take your last breath. That's the same energy that has been happening over and over again on this planet. This energy is staying with us until we deal with it. It's just people are now in a mental, energetic state of being locked down, of not experiencing, of not evolving, of not ascending. Everybody's waiting for a day. So when it's time to rise up and go to heaven, that's not something that you wait on. That's something that you have to do within yourself. You don't wait for something to come out of the sky and it'll help you raise up and you'll be able to live in a more heavenly state. Your heavenly state depends on your mind. Where are you in here? Now, this came on my timeline as I was looking over my videos before I was about to get recording. Watch this.
So Jubilee just posted a video, Black Christians versus Black Atheists. I want to play a clip that really resonates with me and how I feel about the spiritual world.
I study a sector of African spirituality, right? The way that I happened to stumble upon that, I started to ask myself questions like, who do my ancestors worship, right? What is the point of religion in general? How to proliferate around globally, right? And doing research, you start to see that Christianity became synonymous with white supremacy around the 4th century with Constantine, the emperor, right? In which they made it the Roman national religion. If you refuse to adhere to his Christian rule, then you would be beheaded. So I think that historically speaking, Christianity has been used to oppress and enslave a lot of people globally.
Did you hear what he said? He said, if you do not convert, you will be, you're done. It's over with. So when you trickle down the line of the collective consciousness that has experienced this in the past, this is why it's so hard to break out of that loop, because of the trauma that has been enforced around the energy that you're trying to get out of.
Why April 1st is known as April Fool's Day. April Fool is actually originated in France in the 16th century, when the country switched from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar. The change meant that the new year was moved from the end of March to January 1st, but not everyone was aware of the change. Those who continue to celebrate New Year's Day on April 1st were mocked and labeled as April Fools. Regardless of its origin, April Fool's Day has become a worldwide tradition, with people playing pranks on friends, family. The day is typically marked by practical jokes and general mischief.
So y'all know how a certain community arose in 2020, right? And a different, different genders started to come out. It became a conversation and an argument within society, right? Just like the same people were being made fun of because they were still celebrating that the New Year's happened at the end of March. It's the same way that people were actually thinking the ideology of male and female is that's the only, gender. So certain things became normal due to social constructs that was just pushed on to people. Do you get it now? The same thing that's happening in the past is happening now. The energy has never left. The energy has never been dealt with. So it's going to continue to recycle into new things, but it's still the same energy. It's like you going through your life and dealing with the same type of man or the same type of woman because you have not evolved your consciousness. You can't solve a problem with the same consciousness that started the problem. You have to think differently. You have to change your perception on it. But let's go to the 14th century on April Fools and see how this still continues to keep recycling. Okay, y'all, so this video is very informative. I want you to listen to what he's saying. I know that it's an old video and it might sound a little disorienting, but try to educate yourself and have patience, okay?
Interesting things I found out was April Fool's Day, they don't talk about it, but what happened on April 1st, according to tradition in Spain, is that they told all the Moors, they said, we've kicked out the Jews, and you're friends of the Jews, you can go. We've got ships waiting for you, you can go back to Morocco. You've lost the war in Spain, but we'll let you go. And so they said, we don't believe you. Well, they saw there were ships waiting for you, so they left. And while they left, in between going to their ships, they burned their houses and burned the ships. So they were homeless. This was on April 1st, 1492. This becomes April Fool's Day. Ha ha ha. You've been fooled. This is a denigration of the Moors, which is by the Catholic Church. And there was the siege of Granada, where they built the town of Santa Fe.
All right, for the people who can't see it, I'm going to read it for you. 1492 was a big year for the Spanish crown. In January, they conquered the last Moorish stronghold in Granada. This effectively vanquished any power or overt cultural influence the Moors still possessed. On March 31st of the same year, a proclamation was issued formally expelling all Jews from Spain. The next day was April 1st, a day which to be forever remembered in the traditions and lexicon of our culture. Up until this point, the Moors were conquered but had not been officially expelled or sanctioned. According to the long-standing traditions, on April 1st, 1492, the Spanish executed a diabolical plot against the Moors. Any Moor who remained in Spain at the time had been told they could return to their home country of Morocco. Knowing the Moors were a suspicious lot, the Spaniards provided sailing vessels and docked them at port. When the Moors saw the vessels, they trusted that the Spaniards were not lying and proceeded to take their belongings and families to the ships. As the Moors left their homes behind, the Spanish set fire to them. The ships either set sail or were burned as well, thus leaving the Moors as the first victims of what was known as April Fools. It has been a celebrated tradition since that time. And that was a very interesting history lesson on April Fools and Easter. Now, this video is for my new subscribers and to anybody who needed a refresher on the history of Easter and April Fools. I hope this gave y'all a little bit of education today, and I hope that y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Please enjoy your life and continue to keep creating, and make sure y'all come back to see another one. I love y'all, and thank you for watching.
Hey, yo, let me get another one.
Of bankruptcy, it is finally over. That's Executive Order 12803. 6. The FCC, the CIA, the FBI, and NASA, and all the other alphabet gangs were never a lawful part of the United States Republic constitutional government. Even though the United States government corporation, through its trustees or representatives, held stock in all of these agencies. So when you're looking at any of these agencies, you're looking at the U.S. They're different names of contractor entities, all of which are part of the tentacle operating United States corporation company. So when you speak of one, you're talking about a mass time.
What's the first thing Farrakhan said when he came back from Libya? I saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in a UFO. Right? That's what Farrakhan taught. That he saw the messenger in a UFO. Right? What did the messenger teach? There's a mothership, a mother plane. And all of them are teaching the same thing I'm teaching all the ones that know. The ones who know are talking to you about extraterrestrials. And are y'all listening to the extraterrestrials? No. Are y'all listening to Minister Louis Farrakhan? No. Did you listen to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? No.
60 seconds, the news.
Shit, you been waiting all day. I appreciate you staying up. Everybody smash that like button, though. That's what I'm saying.
As we begin to identify the five heavenly.
Hey, y'all seen that movie? So Greenland, that's gonna be a part of y'all homework. Hey, yo, go watch that joint. That joint's good, man. Like it's realistic in a way that I can see things going. I'm not saying that this is real, but I'm just saying if something was to hit this planet, right? I think it'll go down like that. These motherfuckers in the movie was like, it was like, yeah, we're gonna watch the particles come down and they're gonna land in the ocean. It's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, look, the motherfucking pebbles hit the goddamn earth. Next thing you know, that's what happened right there. They was like, yeah, excuse me, oh, Tampa and Orlando gone. You feel me? Like shit turned up quick. But yeah, that's a good movie though.
Signs. Some have passed and those that are to come. In the previous video, we went over number one, the solar eclipse that occurred in 2017, the next to occur in 2024. Number two, solar flares or CMEs, which the largest in 100 years documented was also 2017. Now I'll go over the heavenly sign number three that was given to us by the Indian Hopi tribes, the Hopi prophecy, Blue Kachina, Red Kachina destroyer. But before that, I'll begin by saying this. The priests and the pastors differed in denomination, but they all agreed that we should not look to the firmament, the stars, the sun, or the zodiac for the unfolding of time, or we shall perish in hell. At the end, they ended by saying, thus said the Lord, but thus says you are a liar. So I ask you, pastors and priests, who sent you? Because it wasn't the Almighty God, Yod-He, Vahu-He, Elohim, Allah, or the Lord Melchizedek, Yod-He-Wah, Yehovah, or Thoth in his Egyptian Atlantean name. I ask you, priests and churches who mislead the people, what is this? Genesis 1 and 14, and God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be
Yo,
signs in the sun and in the
yo,
moon and in the stars, and upon the
this
earth
is a
distress of
fast all
nations,
day.
perplexity, the sea and the
Not
waves
eat
roaring.
and eat.
Luke 21 and 28, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. The third heavenly sign, the gradual 7-year appearance of the two blue planets called Kachina until they become fully visible. They started to become visible in 2017 and scheduled to become more visible in 2022. Understand this, the revelation will come through the lineage of the Adamic seed. All knowledge is embedded in our DNA, and at this time, those who have made themselves prepared will get the knowledge of the ancients. And this young
I'm
brother
sorry,
here,
y'all.
I'll let him give you an intro to the Blue
I need to
Kachina
get back.
to show you how the Most High works. Both our information fits like place.
I need to get back to see what happened.
The state of Florida, Central Florida. The impact's epicenter reported just outside Tampa, stretching to Orlando. That fragment, which scientists are estimating to be the
I
size
can
of
eat in the
a
evening
football stadium, has apparently sent a shockwave
at
going
a certain
across
time.
1,500 miles. I have to warn you, there are no words for what you are about to see.
Hey,
These
this
are
joint be turning up.
disturbing images. They are coming to us from a local news helicopter in Tampa, as well as an overhead weather satellite.
Carrot, you ain't mine.
That's what I'm saying.
As we begin to identify the five heavenly.
Hey, y'all seen that movie? So Greenland, that's gonna be a part of y'all homework. Hey, yo, go watch that joint. That joint's good, man. Like it's realistic in a way that I can see things going. I'm not saying that this is real, but I'm just saying if something was to hit this planet, right? I think it'd go down like that. These motherfuckers in the movie was like, it was like, yeah, we're gonna watch the particles come down and they're gonna land in the ocean. It's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, look, some motherfucking pebbles hit the goddamn earth. Next thing you know, that's what happened right there. They was like, yeah, excuse me, old Tampa and Orlando gone. You feel me? Like shit turned up quick. But yeah, that's a good movie though.
Signs, some have passed, and those that are to come. In the previous video, we went over number one, the solar eclipse that occurred in 2017, the next to occur in 2024. Number two, solar flares, or CMEs, which the largest in 100 years documented was also 2017. Now I'll go over the heavenly sign number three that was given to us by the Indian Hopi tribes, the Hopi prophecy, blue Kachina, red Kachina destroyer. But before that, I'll begin by saying this. The priest and the pastors differed in denomination, but they all agreed that we should not look to the firmament, the stars, the sun, or the zodiac for the unfolding of time, or we shall perish in hell. At the end, they ended by saying, thus said the Lord, but thus says you are a liar. So I ask you, pastors and priests, who sent you? Because it wasn't the Almighty God, Yod-He, Vahu-He, Elohim, Allah, or the Lord Melchizedek, Yohewah, Yehovah, or Thoth in his Egyptian Atlantean name. I ask you, priests and churches who mislead the people, what is this? Genesis 1 and 14, and God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Luke 21 and 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Luke 21 and 28, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. The third heavenly sign, the gradual 7-year appearance of the two blue planets called Kachina, until they become fully visible. They started to become visible in 2017 and scheduled to become more visible in 2022. Understand this, the revelation will come through the lineage of the Adamic seed. All knowledge is embedded in our DNA, and at this time, those who have made themselves prepared will get the knowledge of the ancients. And this young brother here, I'll let him give you an intro to the blue Kachina to show you how the Most High works. Both our information fits like a glove. Even some of the pictures of the celestial bodies we got from the same place, even though we don't even know each other. I just found it on TikTok.
Blue Kachina is
the destroyer.
Basically something that's going to come to the Americas and destroy it again. It's going to cause the sea levels to rise, and a lot of people, sadly, is going to perish in that time. But let's look at the Blue Kachina in 2017. Then we're going to look at 2021.
Man.
You see the blue spots on there? Observe. Now let's look at 2022's and 21's version of the Blue Kachina. It came very close. One more for 2017. Now 2022. It's very, very close now. I told you, it's very near, and you don't have to believe what's going to happen, but it's going to happen. This kingdom is going to come to an end in the Americas.
Okay, now I'm going to go through the story of the Hopi Blue Kachina. I'm going to go through it in a little bit more detail than he did. This is a picture of the Book of the Hopis by Frank Waters. In the final days, we will look up in our heavens and we will witness the return of the two brothers who helped create this world in the birthing of time. Pogang Hoya is the guardian of the North Pole. and his brother Polongoya is the guardian of the South Pole. So there's two celestial bodies that will become visible that they call Kachina, one at the North Pole and one at the South Pole. In the final days, the blue Kachina will come to be with his nephews, and they will return Earth to its natural rotation, which is counterclockwise. I'll get to that another time. The twins will be seen in our northern skies. They will come and visit to see who still remembered the original teachings. They will bring many of their star family with them in the final days. So they're not the only celestial bodies that's going to show up. They're just going to be the first sign as a warning for us to change our ways. The return of the blue Kachino, who is known as Nangong Sho, will be the alarm clock that tells us of the new day and a new way of life, a new world that is coming. This is where the changes begin. They will start as fires that burn within us, and we will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings and return to the peaceful ways of life. Now, they have articles describing the return of the Blue Kachina in 2017. This article says on Saturday, February 11, 2017, there was a triple confirmation of these prophecies with a full moon and the appearance of a possible blue Kachina comet. As of this writing, the blue comet has been visible for 2 months through binoculars, but at this time was only 7.4 million miles away in its closest approach. It streaked across the sky with blue-green head and a long tail. It will be visible until the end of February. And here's an important point. It will return to speak to us again in 2022. Now, we use the government FAA cameras. This is in 2021 at Wolf Creek. And this is night, and you can see it's visible, or evening. Wolf Creek again, 2021, it's very visible. That's at 15 o'clock. This is in Eek, Alaska. It's visible again. Alaska again at a different time period. Visible again. So it is here. The Blue Kachina. This is the warning from 2017. Go back to our natural ways of living. And as it said, we will be in conflict within ourselves, knowing we need to change and actually having to make that change. Next is the Red Kachina Destroyer.
There are many more bodies like this in different bodies throughout the world. Europe, in Africa, Peru, in the United States. As far as I know, this is that are being kept. But soon enough, they'll find a way to prove that it's fake.
Have you ever seen one in person that looks like that?
Similar. I've never seen a live one like this. But I've seen dead bodies like that.
Where?
It doesn't make a difference where. I've seen dead bodies like this before. They don't want the information to come out. At the end of the day, it's power and control. Money, if you want to call it that. Because if this is real, and this traveled here in a spaceship, and the energy was not fossil fuels, the question is, how did they get here? In the beginning of time, man used to be 90% in the spirit world and 10% in the physical world. Today, it's opposite. It's 10-90. They're getting away from the divine. There were 4 different planets that were about to disappear. A decision from above was made. Those entities that lived on those planets, let's move them onto Earth. And they started mating with the females on planet Earth. And this is where the cross-contamination started. Those entities disappeared from the face of the Earth. And they became one with humans.
Can I show you something that kind of messed me up? This is a ribbon that represents 100 years. And depending on how old you are when you're watching this, you've already lived. So this, young. And unfortunately, most people don't make it to 100 years old. We only make it till about 80. So we probably won't see this side of life, which unfortunately means this is how long you have to live. And unfortunately, most people will spend this much time working, doing something they hate, missing their kids growing up, living paycheck to paycheck, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, one emergency away from having their entire savings wiped out. And this isn't hypothetical. This is the life of the average American, but I guarantee you, it won't be yours if you're willing to try my plan for the next 10 days. Why am I so confident? How can I make such a confident statement? 15 years in digital marketing, worked with some of the largest franchises in the world, Kia, Dave & Buster's, Orange Theory, Massage Envy, consulted and trained a couple Fortune 500 companies, Keurig, Dr. Pepper, Procter & Gamble, keynoted over 100 different top-rate business events across the globe. My advertisements have been seen over 1.2 billion times, and as a result, 185,000 students in 75 countries. Our last graduation, I rented out the entire San Diego Padres Stadium. I had my friend Damon John from Shark Tank, Ed Milet, Dean Graziosi, and this year I'll have my friend Alex Hermosi there and a couple other surprise guests. I share none of this to brag, but to say, I guarantee you what I'm about to show you, when implemented correctly, can make the 4-hour work week. Remember that book by Tim Ferriss? Can make the 4-hour work week
and all the brag, but
and whether you do this one time, part-time, or full-time, doesn't matter. You can still make a lot of money. And here's how we're going to get there. By simply working smarter, not harder. It's 2024. So first, look, when you're getting paid an hourly wage, the only way to make more is to work more. So what's the point? So for example, traditionally, a house cleaner only gets paid when they're cleaning houses. A therapist only gets paid when they're listening to clients in session. A trainer only gets paid when they're working someone out. So the second they go on vacation, they get sick, or they're too busy, they lose their ability to make money. And that's terrifying, especially if you have a family depending on you. So today, when you start my 10-day plan, I'm going to show you how to use artificial intelligence and digital marketing to get paid for results instead of hours. Stay with me. Even if you have absolutely zero experience in either one of these, and I'll show you how to do this easily. Okay, so as a digital marketer, I get paid by business owners to help them get customers. I do this by making them cool content and sharing it on social media. So sometimes that content is posting things for them. Sometimes it's writing emails. Sometimes it's sending follow-up text messages. And here's the best part. The customer doesn't care how long you work. If you can get them results in an hour, they're happy to pay your $1,000 fee, which, by the way, I'll show you how to get them results in just a minute, because they're not paying you for your time. They're paying you for the result, and that is the ticket to freedom. You'll never get it just working hourly. So, next question. How do you get them results while only working a handful of hours a week without being techie? Because that sounds too good to be true-ish, and that is the truth. You can't. But AI can. See, according to Google CEO, artificial intelligence is the most revolutionary advancement for humanity since fire. And it's expected to make more millionaires than the internet. So why can't that be you? Why can't you give it a shot? Look, making money comes down to two core elements: having a blueprint to follow and timing. In 2024, right now, without leaving your home with zero experience or formal education, you can start a 6-figure AI marketing business where AI does all the hard work for you. For example, your client needs content to help get the word out about their business. Copy and paste our instructions into this box, and in seconds, AI will create photos for you. Turn photos into videos. Videos into animations. Text into videos from scratch. Ideas into stories. It can learn your customer's voice. This is not the real Billie Jean. Artificial intelligence replicated his voice in seconds. Ideas into emails. A month's worth of emails in seconds. Make podcasts for them. Welcome to podcast episode number 1. Today we're going to discuss. It can even clone people, like me. This is a completely AI-generated version of myself, almost indistinguishable from me. Isn't this crazy? Literally, AI Billy was just talking to you, sending emails, doing all that stuff. And what's wild about this is in 10 days from today, you will know how to do all of this and more. And it is 1,000 times simpler than you think. You make the content with AI. AI is really doing all the hard work, and then businesses pay you. And how often do businesses need content? Every day, which means they have to keep paying you again and again and again. This is called recurring revenue. You can do it from anywhere in the world. Your clients can be anywhere in the world, and it's fun as hell. Like, I just cloned myself. Like, it's fun. You can do it one time, part-time, full-time. This is why I call it the coolest job ever. So, are you ready to work smarter, not harder? I know a lot of people that work hard. My grandmother worked really hard, but it was never going to get her ahead. You got to make sure you're on the right vehicle. And I know what you're thinking right now. Billy, with so much earning potential, you're probably going to charge me like thousands of dollars, but it's not. Why? Because I wouldn't have been able to afford thousands of dollars when I got started. I come from Southeast San Diego, humble beginnings, and I didn't know any entrepreneurs. So how am I going to be a hypocrite and charge people things that I couldn't even afford? So in addition to this, I'm going to go a step further because I know I'm just a stranger on the internet right now. I'm going to have this be completely risk-free. Listen to me. If you do my plan, and in 10 days, if you don't make money or you don't like it, you don't feel like it was worth it, you can email me or call me. Somebody put it on the screen. I will give you 100% of your money back, period. And to give you even more of an advantage, I'm going to hook you up with my Get Clients Now starter kit. My emails and texts that you can just send out, my presentations that I've already made that you can use. Like all videos that I've made, like you can use them. I'm going to gift it all to you to make the journey that much easier. So we start now. And I promise you, I'm going to kick your butt for 10 days, but it will be worth it. And it'll be worth it because of moments like this. On our way to surprise Grand Lady with what?
A new car.
Woo!
All right, this is what my mom wants. It's the IS 300. What mama wants, I guess, is what she gets.
How's mama gonna feel?
More than pumped. Beyond excited. It's gonna be great watching her unfold.
And she doesn't have a clue. So we'll see how this goes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
What's this stuff? This is cute.
No, come in it.
We got you. We're not in Arizona today. We're here.
So we're not in Arizona today. We're here. Well, we had to pick up something on the way. Come here. We had to pick up something on the way. Come see.
What is that? Oh, wow.
To pick up something.
Thank you.
Love you. Me and Daddy teamed up on this one.
Okay, don't view this. I got no makeup on.
No. He can view it, but we won't show it to him.
Well, that's not me showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This is it. Wow. No, I don't mind driving to La Jolla.
I think I got something in my eye. That's what it's all about. Nothing to wait for in the mail. I will email you everything you need to get started right now. I will hook you up with the special pricing, the bonuses. Just get in before the timer hits 0. And if for some reason you're still not in and you're on the fence, don't take my word for it. Don't take my mama's word for it. Take theirs.
This by far has been the best $100 I've ever spent.
This thing is already changing my life. Following this plan is going to change the life of me and my family.
I'm blown away. I'm sure many people can say the same thing.
It's worth every penny. I'm getting so much out of this class, and for the price, it's
It's so worth it.
At this point, it is everything he says it was going to be. He's delivered so much content.
Billie Jean gave us everything that we possibly need to succeed.
I recommend anyone to take this course that's serious about not getting left behind as AI gets bigger.
Really interesting stuff. Some of it amazing, to be honest. Phenomenal stuff, value, tools. Highly recommend. Cannot talk enough about it.
So that pretty much just says that I made my first commission and I'm on day 6, okay?
Just a single day's lesson is more than the value of the program.
It's a total game changer.
It is one of the most comprehensive, step-by-step, easy-to-follow programs that I've ever seen.
It's life-changing, a game changer. Billie Jean's the real deal.
If you could make a better life for yourself, you would have already done it. Find somebody who's doing what you want to do and copy that.
This program is amazing.
You're going to make things so easy to implement into your business immediately.
I encourage you to join Billie's plan.
It's just blowing my mind with new concepts.
Get off the freaking fence. Get this program, get into high level, and go out and gain some clients.
I can't tell you how phenomenal this guy is.
The training is superb. I love it. It's so much fun. My mind is exploded with so many different ideas.
Yeah, this is just absolutely blowing up my mind.
Great information, funny guy, and he gets you where you have to be.
Go all in, do the work, enjoy it, have fun, and learn and serve.
Y'all is starting to feel like a genius around here.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Red Kachina Destroyer. Goddamn, look, man, it's like, damn, hope my mic ain't too loud. My bad, y'all.
Study has narrowed down where a hypothetical 9th planet could be in our solar system. According to astronomers, Planet 9 is expected to be many times.
Look, they be all on news talking about this stuff all of a sudden, but don't get tricked with don't get blue beamed, y'all. These motherfuckers be playing you, and you get blue beam, and you terrified of some shit that ain't real in the sky. Like, you gotta know the difference, man. It's a feeling to it. Like I said, if they come down with the bullshit, I'm gonna do a live reaction and show y'all there's nothing to be afraid of, people.
The size of Earth and orbit the sun far beyond Neptune. The astronomers say that the astronomer is actually the same astronomer who led the campaign to demote Pluto from a planet to a dwarf planet. Now looking to fill that Planet 9 void, the astronomer claims that there's only a 0.4% chance that Planet 9 does not exist.
So we'll get right into it. Our first two speakers are basically going to talk on the subject of Planet X. And we have Mr. Jason Martell here, who has been talking about the Planet X for some time. As a matter of fact, 15 years. Mr. Martell holds regular discussions with NASA scientists on the subject of Planet X, ancient astronauts, and structures on Mars. There's great evidence that has shown that in our solar system, the planet Nibiru passes through our solar system.
The time when Hubble first imaged a planet around another sun. Now, this isn't our sun, and this isn't, our solar system, but this planet had an egg-shaped orbit around its star, and that was very interesting to astronomers because that was one of the first times they'd actually seen a planet that had an elliptical orbit, more of like an egg-shaped, elongated orbit. So there's been a plethora of news releases stating the idea that, hey, some astronomer somewhere is reigniting the idea that there is something in our solar system that deserves further study. There's evidence to suggest that there's some large body that maybe has caused effects in the past, and we'll discuss some of those, or could be incorporated into our planetary model now to say, yes, there's another large body out there. So we've seen all kinds of news releases coming out in the media for the idea of a 10th planet. Now, where it gets interesting is Zachariah Sitchin. He's 84 and has been studying ancient languages, Hebrew Bible, the Christian Bible, the origins of biblical texts for about 50 years. And in his research, he came across a term called Nibiru. And Nibiru meant planet of the crossing. And it was a planet talked about by an ancient culture, the Sumerians, the first culture we have record of on Earth, and they describe this very large planet in our solar system.
A NASA telescope discovers a massive object orbiting a distant star.
It's not like anything we've seen before.
Whatever this thing is, it's big. It's bigger than any planet in our solar system.
It's beyond human scale.
Evidence points to an artificial structure. This is truly amazing. And if this structure is real, we're going where no one's gone before.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
Shopify has everything you need to grow your retail business, like fast and secure checkout, reliable courier, and start your free trial today at www.shopify.com/retailpos.
Yeah, up in flames, nigga. Like, what you talking about?
I ain't never seen no shit fucking sky either. Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping. If I'm tripping, tell me I'm tripping.
Hey, that's how it be when you see something.
Well, did
For
you
real.
see what they
You gotta
caught
check.
on the 2nd of April? At the end on a weather cam on the same day? Because if you didn't, let me show you.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, you see it. And watch this video. Watch as it comes across the screen. Now, I seen one of these videos a few years ago, but this one is on April 2nd, 2023. It was on TV. It was on the news. You see it yourself. You can't deny it.
I know real power when I see it. Divine Nine. We're honored to have presidents, all the presidents here tonight. I want to thank them. By the way, you know, I'm not, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. I know where the power is. I know where you think I'm joking. I learned a long time ago about the Divine Nine. That's why I spent so much time in Delaware State campaigning and organizing my campaign.
This ain't no fucking storybook, you goofy. Just into the meteor part. Right? The meteor's right here, right? So they say, to tell the Nubaru passes the Earth, it will drop hundreds to thousands of meteors upon the Earth, right? Right? This will poison the waters of the oceans, right? And cause tsunamis and create craters all around the Earth's continents. They not telling y'all. They not telling y'all, fam. They not, listen, they already know what's taking place, man. They know what's coming, right? They call this hell bop, right? The hell bop, right? It's hell bop, wormwood. They know hell bop is Planet X, right? It's coming in with it, right? They already know what's going on. Professional astronomers to it, man, located the state in Arizona, developed it. These earthquakes that I keep telling y'all about. You know how they talk about the Florida electrical current? Where y'all think that's coming from? The solar storms, man. I'm talking about that. All this has to do with the sun, right? They're not telling y'all the sun giving us this crazy ass weather. Oh, the sun responsible for that. They're not gonna tell y'all that. Because the sun is kicked up, it's in solar maximum. Everything else is illuminated. Everything else is like see-through. Everything else is not like this planet. They're not telling y'all this, man. They know this though.
No.
All right, you guys have to see this. Okay? Watch.
What in the world?
Andy, I appreciate you. And you seen when she was moving, so you can always tell if it's a fake or not. When they move their camera, you know, the little lens flare on it, it moves around or whatever. You come back, it's there. I'll be looking for all that. You can slow it down, check it out, whatever. I've seen it before. How about y'all? Let me know in the comments down below.
Are maybe human in appearance.
In the chat. I'm so not used to doing lives again.
Some of them are full reptilians and some of them are reptilian hybrids. When I talk about full reptilians that appear humans, I'm talking about shape-shifting reptilians. So reptilians have the ability to shapeshift to look like something that they're not. So they're masters of deception and they're masters of disguise. They do it energetically. It is actually kind of a physical energetic transformation where they put on a shell that looks kind of a human shell, but They can't sustain it for very long, so they do it for short periods of time.
The ability to change appearance or shapeshift.
But I tell you, boy, they need to stay like that. I'm telling you, them motherfuckers is ugly. I ain't gonna cap with you. That's.
Man, sleep.
I guess we just too shallow here on Earth, right? Yeah, we terrible, bro, here on Earth. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry, lizard.
From reptilian to the human form is understood from a variety of perspectives. Whether it is mind control,
Jules, I appreciate you.
thought projection, technologies, or frequencies, they're all possible explanations offered by various researchers to make sense of the phenomenon.
They do not need to shape shift physically to look like a human, to impersonate a world leader or something like that. Their body does not morph. It looks the same as it always did. When they shape shift, what they're doing is using neural engagement capabilities to make the person that's in front of them see a different thing. So they can look to that person as a male, a female, a human, like normal. But the neural engagement is doing that. Their physical form is actually still the same.
So they basically essentially
Wait
butt ass naked
until the end.
So they essentially they butt ass naked right in front of you, but they making it seem like they not butt ass naked. That's all. I gotta translate that for y'all. Yeah.
Now across the globe, as of about 3 minutes ago, 7:15 Eastern time, 99% of the entire world's population is facing the sun. That means we're all experiencing some degree of sunlight at the exact same time, either full daylight or for a lot of other folks, twilight. If you look at the map right there, just the Pacific Islands and Australia, the Australian region, are fully in the dark. 99% of the world.
And California, poor California. You know what, though? What a cool phenomenon.
Thing to bring us all together, literally to bring all of us together, because at this moment, I'm talking right now, 7:15, 99% of the population of the Earth is in some sort of daylight or sunlight. Now, this is due to the fact that the Earth has a tilt to it, 23.5 degrees. So it's the way it's rotating around the sun and the way it's orbiting in general. But right now, at this time...
Oh, no, I can't stop, bro. Like, just because it tilted up... Stop the cap. DOTV capping. He don't even know how to explain himself, man. That's like... whatever, man. I'm going to let him live.
Calendar year. This doesn't happen every day. This only happens today, and it only happens right now. 7.68 billion people are in daylight or in twilight. The only spots that are not in daylight right now are Australia, Papua New Guinea, and New Zealand. Outside of that, the rest of the world is in daylight. You like that?
Never caught you live, my boy. I appreciate you. Mag. Y'all catch that though? King of Kings. Reset your jewels.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done a recording where your guest just had terrible internet issues? They were blurry,
Shit crazy. Look at it. Once again, that's not the sun. Look at that glow. See that glow around it? Hold on a second. That's, once again, that's planet Nibiru. It's from the 19th star system, 9th dimension. Yeah, that's where a lot of your ancestors dwell at. Okay, it's pretty, ain't it? See that yellow and that red, and then that ring around it. Let me see if I can get a good view. That ring. Look at the sun don't do shit like that. Look how that red.
Hey, he said the sun ain't sunning. That ain't the sun. You feel me? What y'all feel?
Solar plasma sideswept Earth yesterday and upset our magnetic field and our ionosphere. As a result, we've had 2 Schumann resonance spikes today, one at 68 and one at 67.
There. Not the moon, because the moon is right there. You got that right there. Something is going down.
Hey, you just had a full-blooded Niji and you had a full-blooded like hillbilly. You heard the nigga like, hey, this is what it is. And then the country dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, everybody talking about it. Everybody see that shit. Stop the cap.
Our ancestors right there in the sky
have come.
That's not the sun. That's something else. Watch this here. You see the rocket that they shot at it? You see the rocket that they shot at it? No noise, no nothing. You see the ground now? Look at the ground. You see it on the Did you see that? Oh, look, watch this. Hold on, let me run it again. Did you see it? Watch. Bam. Hold up. Did you see it again? Look. Bam. Black shit. Bam.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me rewind this one more again for y'all. For the ones in the back.
Got a
They
rocket
shoot a
there.
rocket there, huh? Now go look at the movie.
That's
Fracture. Go look at the movie. You ain't even gotta watch the whole movie. Pull up on YouTube right now, Rapture. That's all. Pull it up. You're gonna see white angelic beings. They can't look at them because we emit high levels of radiation. They would never be able to look at us. That's why in slavery they told you to look down. Everything that made us divine and who we are, this entity reversed it and made it for himself.
Okay, I kid you not. I'm gonna walk. Okay? You can see my feet walking. Here's a beautiful desert. Okay, I'm kind of in my neighbor's yard. But look. Okay, you can't see here. But I zoom in. What the heck?
See the lens flares.
Look at this. Like I just literally walked. So it cannot be the camera. It cannot be the camera. Okay? I'm down here. I'm by the ground. Look up. Guess what? It's still there. I'm up here. Hi. See? Hi. And look. Still there. Can anybody explain this to me? No matter where I go, no matter what I do, I'm gonna run this way. Guess what?
Still there.
So, if anyone can explain this to me, that'd be really cool. Because I'm slightly confused right now. Anyway, it's a pretty tree. See from far away, you can't see anything. You zoom in, boom.
Recently, there's been a lot of solar and cosmic activity. Well, you've seen.
Let me move over here. Hold on. Let's get into this.
What will happen with this AI if the government will let it happen? It will bring the world to destroy entire human planets.
Americans, is this the end of the US dollar as we know it? Our whole monetary system is going through a radical change. As everybody is hyper.
And look, though, check that out, though. Like, all of these things are happening at, like, what? Once. Like, it's like all these things are happening at once. What? Look, man, y'all been doing y'all research. I ain't gonna force feed y'all everything, but it look like it's up to me. Especially like the finances, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, everybody is getting unalived, y'all. Like millionaires and stuff and crypto. Cash App dude and shit. Like, I don't even wanna they just don't give they knifing people in the middle of the day. You gotta stay on your P's and Q's. That's why I keep a ninja star on me. I'm good though.
Focused on Trump's indictment. There's something happening with our financial
I know how to throw it too. Stop playing with me.
System that we will never experience again in our living history. So let's break down some numbers, facts, figures, numbers, logic. I'm going to show you 2 videos, things that were happening this Saturday. I was one of 60 people watching this briefing from Kamala Harris, our vice president, talking about digital inclusion and bringing the public and private sector together as our economy is collapsing. So number 1 is America is at over 130% GDP to debt. Now, what does that mean? If we sold all the gross domestic products in America, America cannot even pay off its debt. Since 2008, our debt to income ratio has skyrocketed.
That's a lot.
Number 2, 33% of America's debt is held outside of the United States, and 2 of the top countries are China and Japan that hold U.S. debt. Number 3 is in America, we are a debt-based society. We are the liquidity. Your hard-earned money in America. So every time a construction worker goes to work, gets his paycheck, here's how the system works. That construction worker takes their money and puts their $2,000 every 2 weeks into the banking system. That $2,000 now, as of 2020, can be lent out 100%. Before 2020, we had fractional reserves. They still only had to keep 10%. But since 2020, when that construction worker puts their $2,000 hard-earned money into the bank, 100% of their money can be lent to the next person. So when you're standing in line at the bank to deposit your check, 100% of the people in that line is debt. There's no actual money in the system. Now you're probably like, why? Well, in 1971, we detached from the gold standard. The American dollar has nothing backing it. Right. Here's where the rub comes in. We had dominance. We had power because all oil was traded in U.S. dollars since 1974 with the Petro deal, where we promised arms and protection to the Saudis for trading all oil in U.S. dollars. Well, as you sit right now, as you're worried about shit that doesn't matter, all countries are working to de-dollarize, specifically China and Russia. China went into India and created a peace deal that we couldn't do. China and Russia are working together to create their own currency, and most countries are done with the dollar dominance. Here's why. Is when we raise interest rates, it destroys all other economies because we are the dominant currency. So let's put ourselves in other people's shoes as Americans. So people are looking at America now. We're at 130% debt to income ratio. We're bankrupt. We dominate everybody's currency. So when we raise our interest rates, the American dollar becomes very valuable, but destroys other countries. So you're sitting in another country watching our president and our vice president and our feds run our monetary system. And you're like, wait a minute. So you have the worst ran monetary system. All your liquidity is other people's debt. And every time you raise interest rates, you're going to destroy my currency and my people's hard-earned money. Everybody's done with it. The U.S. dollar dominance is done. I'm proud to be an American. I built companies in America. I'm just telling you what's happening. I didn't create these policies. I didn't put us in debt. I didn't create a debt-based system where your money is liquidity for their policies. Okay, so let's go back to macroeconomics. So if they need to get more money, they have to raise or eliminate the debt ceiling. We have to borrow to pay for critical services like postal worker pensions. So there's only 4 ways you can fix this. Then I'll get to the videos, I promise. Number 1, in a debt-based society or in a debt crisis, please go read Ray Dalio's books. Number 1 is you can move the money from the people who have the debt to the people who need it. They're not going to do that. Number 2 is you can turn the printing machine on full blast. They might do that, devalues the dollar even more. Number 3, you can stop spending. They can't. We're broke. Or they could and not pay for critical services. Or number 4, you can restructure debt. So what is happening right now? Bank bail-ins are happening right now, where they are taking banks' debt, turning it into equity, and selling it to larger banks. Think about that. Okay, so as you look this way at Trump's indictment, here's what's happening in Africa. So instead of focusing and fixing our country, here's what Kamala Harris is doing. So this video was 10 days ago of the Kenya president stating this about the American dollar.
For the people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you certainly might go into losses. You better do what you must do, because this market is going to be different in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so that was 10 days ago. This is Kamala Harris. I was one of 60 people watching this briefing on Saturday morning as everybody else is focused on other things in the news. I'm going to play 2 videos. So this is video number 1. This is her briefing. She's in Africa 10 days later from that video of what the Kenya president said.
And opportunities that we have seen thus far to the benefit of the entire world. To help achieve these goals, I believe in the strength of public-private partnerships. And in fact, this approach that we have taken and the occasion for this meeting, I probably more accurately would call a private-public partnership.
We'll just pause on that smile for just a moment. We're going to play one more video and then I'll break down what I think is happening. Just my opinion, not financial advice. Okay, pay attention.
Trip this time. And one of them is the issue of digital inclusion.
Yeah.
So when we think about where we are in terms of 21st century economies, digital services are essential to 21st century economies. Digital technologies facilitate opportunities across society and frankly, I believe can be great equalizers in terms of giving those who have access equal opportunity and availability to information, to education, to networks in a way that it improves and empowers themselves, their families, their community, and all of society benefits. And of course, when we talk about digital access, we are talking about everything from financial inclusion to economic opportunities, all of which obviously drive growth and innovation. Africa's digital economy is large and growing. Within the next 2 years, for example, the forecast is that 1 in 6 of the world's internet users will be right here on this continent.
What I say?
So when you work with Empirical 360, you have to sign up for a 10-year contract and you have to swear your firstborn child to us. I'm just kidding, obviously, but this isn't going to get results at all. And then you're trapped in this contract and you can't get out, which is the worst feeling in the world. And the reason we don't do this is because this has happened to us years and years ago when we were not marketers. We hired a marketing agency. We were contract. We couldn't get out. And it pretty much ran the company into the ground because we ran out of everything that can happen to you. And so we swear we will never, ever put contracts on any of our services, because if somebody doesn't want to work with us, we don't want to hold them hostage. It's the worst feeling in the world. And so the other thing that we do that is very different than most other companies is we don't hold any of your assets hostage. Now, this may not seem like a big deal, but if we build your website and you want to leave us, the website is yours. You paid for it. You should be able to take that website and go continue using it and have it produced for you. A lot of companies hold your website hostage and you can never leave them. That's why they do it. The other thing is when we build an ad account for you, all of the data in that ad account is your data. It's proprietary to you. You need that data. And so when we build ad account landing pages, when we build ads, it's all unique to you, written specifically for you, and it's all yours. So again, we never hold anybody hostage with contracts, and we never hold any assets hostage that belong to you. And this is a really big deal. It may not seem like one, but it can cost you a lot of money if you get into a long-term contract and then you can't get out. So beware. And if you want to work with us or you want to hear more about working with us, go ahead and book a call with me. More than happy to talk to you.
Okay.
1 in 6 internet users will be in that continent. No wonder they're there. Liquidity. Get everybody in the system. CBDCs are coming, central bank digital currencies. Every central bank will have a central bank digital currency. There will be a new infrastructure of the financial system, blockchain technology. Elizabeth Warren says cryptocurrency is a fraud. Jamie Dimon says cryptocurrency is a fraud. But Jamie Dimon says blockchain is here to stay. Understand how to decipher their words. Understand what they're saying. Know the game so you can't be played. There will never be an opportunity like this in our living history. During the biggest shift in financial wealth, the biggest shift in transformational wealth from the baby boomers down to the next generation, and a switch in a monetary system, Web 2.0 to Web 3.0, industrial to technical. I can only present facts, figures, numbers, logic to you and what's actually happening in our financial system. Our vice president is in Africa, in the largest continent in the world, working to get financial inclusion and the private and public sector together to get all the liquidity running back through the system. They need liquidity. People and their hard-earned money are the liquidity. I'll leave you with this nugget. Ripple expands into Africa, partnering with MSF Africa to bring the benefits of crypto-enabled payments to the continent November 15, 2022. Jay Clayton initiated his case against Ripple December 20th, 2020. And now Jay Clayton sits on the board for the FDIC, which is bailing in banks, turning credit into equity and selling them to the larger banks. Welcome to the shift in your monetary system. Welcome to the death of the dollar and the rise of new digital currency. I didn't create the game. I'm just paying attention to it. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Love you guys. If you're still here, click the link in my bio. Join my Warrior Academy. Thousands of warriors worldwide learning how to not get rich quick. There is no get rich quick. Understanding how wealth actually works. It's here and here. Get in my 120-day challenge. I'll see you on the inside. Link in bio.
As you know, there's a lot going on in the crypto world right now. And one of the things that is going on is that a lot of very young crypto millionaires and billionaires are being found dead. In the last couple of weeks, 3 of them have been found dead in mysterious circumstances. Okay, so Nikolai Meshugian, pardon me, 29 years old. He died on October 28th, hours after tweeting that he feared the CIA and the Mossad were going to murder him. It's not conspiracy theory. He tweeted this actually. His tweet read, quote, "The CIA and the Mossad and pedo elite are running some kind of sex trafficking, entrapment, blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and the Caribbean islands. They are going to frame me with a laptop planted by my ex-girlfriend who was a spy. They will torture me to death." Blackmail ring operating out of Puerto Rico and the Caribbean. Obviously, well, one thing that's true is that Epstein had an island in the Caribbean, St. Thomas, Tortola. There's an island, Little St. James. That is where his island was. And again, it was a theory that he was a part of a blackmail ring. But that sounds crazy. This guy tweets this. Okay, doesn't mean that it's true. He tweets that. And then what happens? 4 hours later, he was found dead. He was found dead by a surfer in Puerto Rico. And you might think, okay, Candace, well, maybe he went for a swim and he happened to drown. Maybe he didn't know that he couldn't swim. Maybe the waves were bad that day and he went for a swim. I want to believe that.
Look, I'm going to tell you this, man. When you got that type of money, you ain't doing shit to jeopardize your life. I'm going to be real with you. You're not putting yourself in imminent danger because you want to enjoy this stress-free shit that you get with having some little bit of bread, man. You can wake up and do what you want to do when you got billions, right? I'm not putting my life in danger. I stay in the crib all day if shit got that bad. But I'm just saying though. Y'all feel me? Like,
because I would much rather believe that there is not something sinister going on in our world. I'd much rather believe that this was just odd timing that he drowned. Except the facts around this case are that he was found in all of his clothes, as well as having his wallet in his pocket. Okay, so you would have to believe that he regularly went for a swim in all of his clothes and with his wallets in Puerto Rico after tweeting that he thought that the CIA and the Mossad were going to kill him. That's what you would have to believe if you wanted to stay on the side of believing that there was not something more sinister happening. That wasn't his only tweets, by the way. He also tweeted 3 possible futures for me. 1, suicided by CIA. 2, CIA brain damage slave asset. 3, worst nightmare of people who effed with me up until now. I am sure these are the only options. He tweeted that on September 4th. And yeah, that if I read that tweet and he was still alive, I would think that he was just crazy, but he's not. He is dead. He's not the only person in the crypto world, as I mentioned earlier, that has died. There was another man named Tantan Kullander, 30 years old, who died in his sleep last week, which is bizarre. And there was another one who just died yesterday. His name is Vyacheslav Taran, pardon my pronunciation here, 53 years old. He died after his helicopter plunged near the resort town in Switzerland after taking off from Lausanne on a clear day. They have no understanding of why this helicopter would have crashed. There was no weather issues, and there was supposed to get onto the helicopter that last minute decided not to. So yeah, it is getting a bit strange, and I am not sure what is going on. I do not believe that all of these people are dying in mysterious circumstances and that they're all just happening upon their deaths accidentally. I am fearful to even have this discussion. You know, I think it's a scary idea. It's scary. My brain does not want to believe that there can be this many pedophiles in power. Does not want to believe that there could be something sinister happening that our CIA, that our intelligence agencies are involved in. But
other beings, spiritual divine beings.
Yeah, I don't mind if I just slide on that one and not say nothing. I ain't got time for that shit.
In the universe, who are our cousins.
All right, enough of that dancing stuff. You have what it takes to be a public speaker. Yes, you. You could be getting booked to speak at dozens of events in front of dozens of audience, making a powerful message being heard that you love, a message that you love. You could be making incredible money doing it as well. How do I know? Because I've helped a lot of people do just that. I'm Lisa Nichols, and I want to let you know all that I know about how to break into public speaking and how to be masterful at it. I've helped hundreds, actually thousands of people who once said that they didn't have speaking skills, or they wondered, do I have speaking skills? Or they believed that they had zero speaking skills. Actually, we were able to help them light up a room with their message, move their audience to action, and build a really amazing lifestyle. The truth is, some of the world's greatest speakers, the same ones that light you up, the same ones that you've watched their careers and watched them.
Okay, that's what happened here.
Why are people taking
Lights are killing my eye. Getting food out the dumpsters, man.
Another massive fire mysteriously occurs at an egg farm in Connecticut. See anybody keeping track now? You have over 1,900 fires at food processing plants across America. 2 even had planes mysteriously fly into them. Do you think it's a coincidence that Bill Gates is the largest farm owner now in America? That all these rich elite is buying up farmland across America? Some people don't even know that it's happening. Or the fact that chickens don't lay eggs anymore. Some farmers having chickens for over 50 years reporting that they're chickens. They've never seen nothing like it. Now we had farmers that actually changed the feed. Once they changed the feed of these chickens, they noticed the chickens start to lay eggs again. You see, it's all an attack on our food industry. That's why you're seeing commercials and celebrities promoting crickets and all these things. You see, if you can control the food, you can control the people.
That's exactly what it is.
Hey, look, this is what I want, though. I want a treaty with you crazy people out here, though. Look,
That's exactly what it is, y'all.
Y'all gotta eat them rich people first. Like real talk when y'all start eating each other.
Shit,
Look, I'm good, man. I'm good with intermittent fasting and stuff, so I don't really be hungry
yeah.
like that. I'm
And
good. I
I
be having a
got
whole bunch of energy though with intermittent fasting. You know, I
Fridays
eat at like
will
5 o'clock
start
every
off
day. I
the
break my fast,
fasting.
and I've been eating a lot cleaner. You know what I'm saying? I've been taking my bitters and my teas and stuff like that, man. Been working out, you know, and I just feel amazing, man. Been standing in the grass. I'm telling you, I feel like just like a different person, like way more balanced than I was before, especially like emotionally too, you know. Real talk.
18,000 cows. Yeah, 18,000 are dead, and one person is in critical condition after an explosion at a dairy farm. This happened in Dimmitt, Texas, about an hour southwest of Amarillo. The Texas State Fire Marshal's office says the explosion happened at the farm and spread to the building where the cattle were being held. The sheriff's office held out that he believes that the fire there may have started from an overheated machine.
Right, you hear him?
What? I chose St. George's University School of Medicine because at the time that I wanted to go into medicine, that was willing to give me that.
Let's talk about food shortages. These shortages are particularly in America, but they're probably coming to a shelf near you no matter where you are because we're totally fucked. Say that the 2022 shortages were due to logistics and the 2023 shortages will probably be due to supply. Let's take a look, shall we? The one thing we're all already aware of is the infant formula crisis that's already going on, starting in 2022, and no, it's still not over. And apparently olive oil is going to go...
What is it with this? It won't let me even act right. It won't let me act right.
Scarce in 2023 because there was a bacteria that affected 12% of olive plants, and now we might not get our olive oil. This is a big one. Tomatoes, or tomato as you might call it. Did you know that 75% of our fruit and nuts come from California? Did you know that? So when there's a drought, guess what we're not going to have? A lot of fruit and nuts. This one's already been a big problem in 2023, but eggs, there's an
Well, y'all can see it, can y'all? Y'all can see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh boy. Mm. That's screwed up. The saving God. All you want really. This is what I'm talking about with him. I can't even hardly pull him up. Oh, Dr. Dre reacts. Let's get this one. This is one he just had though. And somebody was nervous about him enough. They were nervous about him. I'm sharing my screen. Some of y'all can see it now. It was, and y'all, like I said, my channel isn't monetized, so I don't mind any donations. All donations.
When I was a youth, about 7 years old, I actually saw a UFO in my backyard, even though I didn't know the name UFO, the title flying saucer, or aliens, because we're talking about the 1970s. But I knew that what I saw wasn't an airplane. I started researching from encyclopedias back then. We didn't have Google, and looking up all the different aerospace technology until I came across, the space program. So then I got to the Mercury missions, Apollo missions, and everything. And I still couldn't find what I saw. So that led me on the path of discovery, trying to figure out what it was that I saw. That's how I started learning about aerospace, high technology, secret projects, secret space programs. So it took me decades of time to get to the point where I am now, understanding that there is not only UFOs that we ourselves have created, but it's most likely reverse alien reproduction from more advanced craft that we might have either forced down or that have been discovered from ancient times, and we try to reconstruct them. And probably the majority of the ones we see in the sky that we say are UFOs are probably IFOs, identified flying objects. In other words, we created them that the general population doesn't know that they're actually ours.
Y'all see the eclipse in Israel? Look at that. What's that look like?
A lot of you guys may know this as a Star of David, but this is actually called a Merkaba. And this is what a Merkaba is. This is the balance of feminine and masculine energy. This is when the spirit world merges with the physical world. It says combines opposing energies in perfect balance, masculine and feminine, earth and cosmos. This union results in activation of light protection around your body that can transport you to consciousness to higher dimensions. This is the energy that came to wake up the gods of the planet. This is why people are remembering who they are, and other people are what you call regressing. Some are ascending, some are regressing.
Decent.
And this is why they got to keep this circus going for y'all. They are keeping you from knowing who you really are, my people. But this energy is here to remind you and them of who you are. I be telling y'all, let's get this shift. I be telling y'all, let's get this shift. And this shift is here. It feels like a brand new sun out there, doesn't it? That's because it is. That's what they do during an eclipse. They block out the sun with what you call the black sun, and then they put in a new sun. Doesn't the sun feel different? You tell me. Let's get this shift.
We got portals. We got things that.
I hope you guys got the memo. Target closing stores down 13. Walgreens 200. Macy's 125. Starbucks 400 stores. Bath and Beyond 150 stores. Victoria's Secrets 50 stores. Kohl's 27 stores. American Eagle 250 stores. 154 stores. It's getting real. We're in the midst of a recession. When stores start closing down and downsizing, it's all about artificial intelligence, AI. We better get the memo and get our houses in order. Downsize, think small.
Where will the jobs go at this point? You know, and what will happen to the people? Y'all let me know in the comments down below.
Ship. So when those doors open to the ship and they begin to walk out, the people of Kemet come running at him with weapons. They're getting ready to try to defend their land and their territory. They don't know what they mean if they mean good or if they mean bad intentions. So
both is,
we're gonna attack. We'll attack you first, ask questions later. Here's what happens. It's very interesting. Thoth says this. Then I raised my staff and directed a ray of vibration, striking them still in their tracks as fragments of stone of the mountain. So he has a weapon that is non-lethal, but has the capability of reaching them via a frequency. It's a frequency weapon. And this frequency weapon freezes them in their tracks and stops them from coming to attack. We're talking about 36,000 years ago. This guy's got a frequency beam weapon that can stop a gang of people from coming at him.
A wave of extreme heat that comes from nowhere. It's one of the U.S. military's newest non-lethal weapons, an electromagnetic beam that emits an odorless, invisible, and silent blast of heat.
Wow.
It felt like opening up an oven door, almost mixed with a sting from about my sternum to my neck.
Wow. But he got to feel it?
On my neck.
Yeah, it must be a Jew. I don't know.
This weapon, under development for 15 years, has yet to be used in the field. The technology has attracted safety concerns, though the U.S. military says the rays do not penetrate the skin and pose no health risks.
If an operator is squeezing the trigger and there's a lot going on and he inadvertently keeps squeezing the trigger, there's an automatic shutoff for 3 seconds.
Out of 11,000 exposures on people, only 2 minor injuries have been reported. The Pentagon has not yet decided whether it will order the active denial system, whose powerful beam can reach up to 1,000 meters.
Picture like an invisible searchlight, right? You know what a searchlight looks like? So an invisible searchlight of radio waves going down range. So it's this big when it starts, and at the end, it's the same size.
Eventually, the weapon could be put to a wide array of uses, such as thwarting hostile attacks, dispersing mobs, and reinforcing security. For now, it remains just a prototype.
Hey, you know what though? A lot of people watch stuff like that. Oh, that's not true. Like, bruh, it's right here in front of your faces. Let's get back to it. It's crazy. Okay, let's get it, sheeple.
So this guy's got
Watch this. This
serious
is how
sound system in his
they
car.
could literally liquefy your insides with frequency. Watch this. Incredible.
all about
No,
And you
frequency.
that incredible.
they be
Freaking liquefy.
they be changing it.
You're going to see how that sound affects matter.
Watch this. So crazy. It's gonna liquefy the glass. Watch this.
Watch the glass.
So crazy. There we go. Oh, that freaks me out. Watch
look
the
at the
car.
metal, the steel.
Imagine. You'd be toast if they liquefied you. That's how they liquefy you. We don't go back together. We're not.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Or glass. I can't. It's crazy.
No, I'm telling you, if you've got the resonant frequency of the glass and the steel, the
There are many more bodies like this in different bodies throughout the world.
Watching this up here. Oh my God.
Well, as far as I know, this is not fake, but
It is. So many buddies. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna share creepy. Let's see. I'm gonna share another one. Your creepy TikToks. Okay, there we go. There we go, y'all. Okay. Y'all. Okay. Alright, y'all. I apologize. That was getting kind of Okay, let's see if I'll be able to
fall apart. So that's incredible.
Watch this. Just keep watching. Watch this.
Let's go to another one, right? Again,
This is necessary.
This is another example of translation. So here, they took human beings, they stuck them into an fMRI machine, and they showed them images. And they taught the AI, I want you to translate from the readings of the fMRI, so how blood is moving around in your brain, to the image. Can we reconstruct the does not get to see the original image, and it's asked to reconstruct what it sees, right? So when you dream, your visual cortex sort of runs in reverse. So this means certainly in the next couple of years, we'll be able to start decoding dreams. Okay, so it can like reconstruct what you're seeing, but can it reconstruct your, say, what you're thinking, your inner monologue? So here they did roughly this, it's a different lab, but roughly the same idea. They had people watch these videos and would try to reconstruct their inner monologue. So here's the video. It's this woman getting hit in the back, getting knocked forward. Okay. And then what would the reconstruct?
Already
You see a girl that looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she's knocked off.
So just to really name something really quickly, the point about differentiating between Siri or I do voice transcription and then it kind of fails, and AI seems to like it's not really always growing or working, and like we shouldn't be really that scared about AI because it always has these problems, right? And we've always been promised, oh, AI is going to take off, it's going to do all these things. What the point of this is, I hope you're seeing that it's just translating between different languages, and everyone's now working on one system. That the scaling factor and the growth is changing in a very different way. So we swap AI when the engine underneath what is representing that has changed.
Also really important to note here, go back to that first law of technology. You invent technology, you uncover a new responsibility. We don't have any laws or ways of talking about the right to what you're thinking about. We haven't needed to protect that before.
Sounds like Inception to me, right? Keep watching.
How's your phone work? Your cell phone, tell me how it works. This was the other bitchiness that I got from people over and over again. They're like, well, all you're doing is saying, how does your phone work? No, I'm trying to draw your attention to literal technique so that you understand how easy it is to log into you and make a change.
Log into you and make a change.
So, how did we get to this point where all these good people in radio frequency, etc., they don't know shit about what we're actually doing in the
Log into you. Did that do anything to anybody watching this? Did that do anything to y'all? Log into. First of all, pause. You ain't logging into me.
Log into you.
Okay.
IP address that
In
you
order to
have in
explain
your
all of this,
body.
I've had to make a gazillion signs. I've had to come back out here over and over again, and I've been trying to figure out why it is that nobody else seems to know these things. Okay, this is my great uncle's folder from Shepherd Air Force Base. I often also show his Aberdeen Proving Ground stuff. That's my little pink book, whatever it's hiding at the moment. And then I also go over his old notes with flux density notation with mercury and whatnot. Why? So that people understand that this has been going on for a really long time. So tell me how your phone works. When you click a button and you send an email, you don't see the email leave the phone. It's a wireless, invisible signal, just like your body. It's a body part. So when I worked at UW Whitewater, for my job, I found IBM software that they alleged was also used way back when Fauci and them wanted to get their shit off the ground for attacking the human immune system. Well, if you don't know that the human immune system is 80% your biofields, you called it the nobody has any idea what's going on. That was 6,000 years of the human circulatory system. You call it chakras. Yeah, they call it aim and fire. 150 years ago, Aleister Crowley and people, yeah, nothing's real except what you can see. There is no biofield. There's no cymatics, there's no radionics, there's no plasmonics. There's nothing except what you can see. Well, that's a body part that's responsible for 80% of our immune system. How do we know for sure? The definition of Children's Hospital, the organs and tissues that comprise the immune system, the thymus, the bone marrow, the lymphatic, your vessels, your spleen, and your skin. And so I'm like, yeah, the human biofield being watched by Project Salus. So the human biofield is the aura, is your W band, 802.15.6. Department of Defense Directive 3000.09, everything is autonomous. And you have an MQ-9 Reaper drone attached to your skin and bone. That's a big bird for those of you that know. She's huge. And so for me, I'm like, why in the hell do we need something that big? Well, for those of you in radio frequency, yet again, that don't understand that we're playing around with the particulate in the atmosphere and perturbating the human biofield with the Doppler. Okay? And we're not talking about any of that. We're not talking about geoengineering and weather control, and all these systems work together. When I log into your body, I'm looking at multiple manifolds.
I don't like that when I'm logging into your body shit. You feel me? Like, how many of y'all feeling that? Like, that just like, that's weird. But look, in order to get to this next step, we're gonna have to get through this one right here. It's a lot of information, but pay attention and try to get it. Even rewatch it if you don't. There's nothing wrong with that. I've rewatched this like many times, taking notes, looking things up, and then it's gonna shock you what's next, y'all.
Porous manifolds, and then I'm using mathematics to log into your cell structure with something called biophysics, octo array, electronic, photonic, moving your cells around with pressure, temperature, and physical biophysics change. Not, oh gee, I'm waving my magic wand. No, I'm logging into your body with radio frequency directly. This is how AI precision healthcare is offered. I'm going to show you the bigger sign here in a minute. Step one, since 2005, any little nerd who could code in Zigbee and Bluetooth for light switches since 2005 is working with these biosensors, K-hop nearest neighbor routing, dynamic channel allocation, thermodynamic routing, right there. You can go look it up. Open shortest path first, body to body. How did I find it? Cybersecurity for the new digital ID and the 6G low personal area network. Machine to machine, no human can crack it or de-encrypt it or encrypt it. And it's ad hoc, vehicular ad hoc or whatever. And then the body is what sends the signal. Now, the moment that I found this,
Body go back again. Okay. Yeah.
found this mathematically by the metrics. I had a shit fit because I'm like, how in the hell are you using the human body for that? What are you doing? If you're doing that, you're using the aura. And of course, you can imagine as a natural telepath, having been electronically tortured lifelong for metrics, I'm like, what the fuck is this? You told me, not y'all, but family, professionals, people, oh, energy work is bullshit. The aura's not real. Only believe in what you can see. We're going to fix people's health. Well, I was told I had pseudotumor cerebri. Anybody got an autoimmune disorder out there? You ever wondered why they can't for a second? Where's your immune system? 80% of your immune system is in that field. Am I able to electronically log into you and change out the cellular homeostasis of your electrical cell structure? And anybody who knows anything about biology, do you shit ham sandwiches? When you go eat your lunch, after you're done eating your lunch, do you shit it out in the same format? No. And why is that? Because we're biochemical beings and we have electricity in our cells. Yeah. But if I hit you with the signal and I decouple your ass from your circadian rhythms by using the ratio, the golden ratio, to decouple, uncouple the cellular state. Now, where did I get this from? Tufts University, Dr. Michael Levin, life extension, synthetic biology, immortality research. It's called regenerative medicine, biomedical tissue engineering, tissue engineering. For that, we have to differentiate your electrical fields, plural. This is called the biofield at the National Institute of Health. In the quantum market share, it's called the quantum field. In morphogenesis, you heard me, synthetic biology, morphogenesis, it's called the morphogenetic field. And why? Because it's still all the same damn thing. Your cells at every level exchanging data in your lymphatic system, your tissues. Now they're hacking into that, changing it so that they can get transhumanism, synthetic biology, life extension. Where the fuck is everyone else?
Keep watching.
Okay, so that I stay safe and I can come back and I stay alive, I want to tell you something. I will give you a hint to what he showed me. It's going to happen. And you have to get rid of these metals in your body. And I know exactly how to do it very easily. If you want to do it fast and quick, it would be green drinks. There's something with chlorophyll that has to do with it matches, it's very close to your blood in its structure. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so you have to have a carrier that will grab things and take them out of your body, okay? So if you want to know what's going to happen, and it could happen tomorrow, it could happen, but they're going to say it's something else. You're going to have to do your own thinking about this. But just stick a piece of foil in a microwave.
Research.
And picture that in your body.
Yeah.
Because you can't see a microwave. You can see the results of it when it's in
When it's finished.
And you know to not put foil in the microwave because you just do it once, and then you have a fireworks show that the neighbors talk about, because frequencies affect different things. And if something is coming that is intentional, if it hits something that stops it, then it starts to heat up because of resistance. If it can't flow through you, then it starts to cook. And that's what I saw. It's pending. They're going to say it's something else. This is evil. There's all kinds of stuff. They're finding content on the ground and everywhere. We don't know even how this barium and all this stuff is getting here. It's like dropping out of the sky. It's everywhere. Why all these heavy metals? Where is it coming from? The bottom line is, yeah, I know. Don't please you. We know that, but bottom line is, you got to get this out of your body. They've been developing these weapons with frequencies for a long time. So these frequencies that fry electronics, and they're already. I can't say anything. I apologize, but you just go out and look around where you live, because it's coming. But if there's nothing in you, so Jesus said that the evil one's coming, but he has nothing in me. So that's what I'm trying to tell you without telling you. I mean, this is coming too, and I know half of you probably won't believe it. I'm just believing that you will. But the technology is already here. You need to shield your phone at night. You need to turn it off. You need to shield it and get it away from you. What's coming is advertisements through your phone on the wavelength that your brain can receive it. It's already out. I'm just telling you. You wouldn't even. I mean, I can't say but it's you got one right down the street. They're already going to do it. They've already announced it. The technology. They're going to advertise through your phone, and you're going to pick it up here.
That's what they're.
Look, y'all. This is going the rabbit hole. Make sure y'all go out there and do your own research. Don't believe nothing you see on here. But look. Y'all tracking. Let me know in the comments down below if y'all tracking.
My cornbread,
the people that speak out can't say excuse me exactly what it is. But at the same time, excuse me, I still got to get these messages out here. Nothing can hold me back. You know what I'm saying? I'm still out here doing my thing, y'all. I'm sorry for the coughing, but I don't make excuses. I'm gonna continue to press on the gas. But look, at the end of this video, I will have like distillers and chlorophyll where y'all can get it from and stuff like that. If y'all want to indulge in that, y'all don't have to use my links if you don't want to, but they'll be down here. I remember somebody was like, "Dre, you never put the links down." Now, my bad. I take accountability. My bad, and I for sure put that at the bottom of this video.
My link is a share star guide.
You don't get it. I'm not forcing you to do nothing you want to do. But look, let's get back to it. Look, this is gonna get even crazier.
You think tap water is safe to drink? Think again. When was the last time you seen city workers replacing pipes in your neighborhood? You can't, can you? Heavy metal toxins, parasites, and other foreign contaminants are responsible for damaging your most vital organ, the liver. which plays a crucial role in detoxifying the entire body.
Yeah.
Heavy metals like lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic directly damage your liver cells, resulting in low energy levels, weight gain, lack of sleep, under eye bags, and other skin-related issues. Detoxifying the liver at least twice a year should be common practice in every household. It's unfortunate we live in a society corrupted by greed. A healthy society
Look at
will
that
not fill
pipe.
the pockets of big pharma. Think twice before directly drinking tap water. Distilled water and spring water is perhaps the best solution. Or at minimum, get yourself a high-quality water filtration. Liver purifying resources can be found on the Dr. Holistic site. God bless you.
Y'all seen how y'all putting that on y'all skin and taking showers in it? Whew. I got filters. Like I said, I got y'all. I'm gonna have the links down there.
You want to stay away from tap water. Every city has different water, it seems like. And that's why they say don't drink the water like when you go to Mexico or even other places. It's not so much because I think it's contaminated. I think it's just they filter it in a different way. To where whatever is in whatever mineral the body's not used to because you're from a different area. So nowadays, nobody really drinks tap water. I mean, maybe restaurants may give it
Yeah.
to you, but
No.
pretty much the norm is buy water. That's, certified clean.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you know who drinking that sink water, bro? Like, we gotta make people hip, y'all. Drinking that city punch. That city punch, bro. Something else, ain't it? It's something else. Everybody medications and
Agua.
look, man, when you distill your water, you're gonna see all the floaties and everything, man. Real talk, man. It ain't no game out here. Watch this. Watch this.
Tap water.
This is if this don't change your mind, you just a serial killer. I'm convinced.
That's so good.
And distilled water. Straight from the distiller, distilled last night.
So good. Mm-mm.
This is the electroregulation.
Mm-hmm.
You see the bubbling start straight away. This is breaking the electrical bonds between the substances in the water. It's going to reveal them and tell us more about the water. We've done a pH test and a ppm test on all waters. So we've got pH, the tap water is 7.4, the smart water 7.2, the filtering 7.4, and the distilled water 7.1. And the ppm, parts per million, tap water 276, smart water 225.
Well, if that's the case, then that's what
the distilled water
comes
002.
from.
It's usually 000, but it picks up carbon dioxide as soon as it comes into the jug. It absorbs it. So as you can see, the smart water is getting really dark. The tap water's also getting very murky. And as we can see, all the sediments in the water that are being revealed, this is what fills up our bodies. It gets in all in our tissue, in between our joints, causes arthritis later on in life, and all different problems and conditions, and leads to diseases.
But they shouldn't be saying this type of stuff. This not what they
Look at that black.
You want to be drinking water that can.
Look at that black ass water. That one green. What's that? The tap water is green. We knew that was gonna be crazy, right? We can all agree. Look at the smart water. The smart water is not smart water. You're actually an idiot. This is stupid water. You thought you was safe when you the EVIN. Crazy. That's nasty water too. Look at that. Look at the distilled water. So y'all let me know. You can add your own minerals and stuff to the water too. You know, I just put this out here for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and smash that like button, man. This crazy. Y'all ain't seeing this type of stuff nowhere else.
These waters, they can't hydrate us properly because the molecules are all clumped together.
I know.
And hydration is one of the number one causes of.
Trying to show you right, but they don't want to be right. I got the sweetest thing over. I don't want to be. I don't want to be. And a lot of people don't want to be right. They don't want to be,
And as we can see, the colours have been revealed. We've got black for smart water, which is
They
basically
don't
pure
want
heavy
to know.
metals,
They
zinc,
just
lead,
want to be
copper,
kept asleep. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you people.
so it's just filled with heavy metals.
I don't know.
Tap water is slightly blue and green, so we've got
I don't know.
bacteria,
I don't get
viruses,
it.
carcinogens,
I don't get
organic
it.
phosphorus, fertilizers, detergents, and pesticides.
I don't got it.
With the green as well as arsenic, mercury, lead, copper, and sodium. So all them poisons, and this is what we feed our families, our kids, our babies. Mixing it in with everything. So we've got all these problems. Mercury is like one of the most poisonous things you can possibly have. Arsenic's a poison. We've got bacteria, pathogenic bacteria in the water. Let's turn this one off now. Right, and you can see the Evian is slightly yellow and I would say a little bit off green, so it's got lots of organic minerals in there, other organics, possible fluoride, silicon compounds, and some heavy metals, arsenic, mercury, lead, and copper, and sodium. And as you can see, the distilled water having no parts per million in there is totally clear.
Ready to level up your small business marketing? Marketing.
And really, this is proof point to get on the distilled water. Hydrate yourself, cleanse yourself, and treat your body and the families well. Love and gratitude. Thanks for Matthew on the camera, and I'm Darren Brock.
Look, man, that even goes for like taking baths and stuff, man, because your biggest organ on your body is your skin. This stuff seeps into your skin,
But they
hits your
don't
bloodstream.
know the truth for that.
Y'all know the story from there. But how many of y'all drunk smart water? I ain't gonna hold you. I have. Evian, however you say it, I've drinking that too before in the past.
Smart water.
Thought I was smart drinking smart water. Like, this is crazy. And we end up finding out that smart water is stupid water.
Wow.
That's frustrating, right?
I'm gonna take a new video. This is from the filter, and that's from the distiller.
From the filter. Come on now. From the filter. Even you're not safe with the filters, bro. You got to get a really, really good filter if it's gonna work for you. And still, look, I recommend distill.
And what about these two?
They're one was your filtered water, on the other was your tap water.
What the heck? These are metals.
A warning about the spices in your food. Consumer Reports is out with a new report today. It outlines spices that may contain dangerous metals. It looks into more than a dozen types of popular spices, like basil and chili powder, from a range of different brands.
You about to say shitty pepper? Like, what?
The results, about a third of the samples contained concerning or dangerous level of heavy metals. CNBC's Valerie Castro dug into the report for us. Valerie?
Well, Shep, the experts say what was most disconcerting is there was no one brand that stood out as completely safe, and it didn't matter if the spices were organic. In 31 of the products tested, the levels of lead exceeded the recommended allowance for 1 day. Thyme and oregano were the worst offenders. Every brand tested had concerning levels of heavy metals, including lead, arsenic, and cadmium. Brown ginger and basil were the second worst. All but one brand tested had concerning levels. Consumer Reports says those spices are some of the most popular. They are grown and imported in large quantities, and that's why they may account for the highest levels. They may also be grown in areas where heavy metals are abundant in the soil. Eating and using these spices occasionally throughout the week is probably not going to harm you. However, experts say that combined with other sources of exposure in things such as your water and other foods, the amount of heavy metals you might be ingesting could be higher than you think. It's most dangerous for children. Heavy metals can affect their cognitive development.
Heavy metals cannot easily be cleared or metabolized by the body. They have a cumulative effect. And so they literally stay in you. They're a type of almost a forever chemical. You know, it's bad for adults, but it's really not good for kids and babies and very young children with developing brains.
If you want to be on the safe side, Consumer Reports recommends checking your spice rack against their findings. Throw out anything with a red warning and stock up on those with the green check mark on their website. As for regulation, Consumer Reports says the industry is mostly self-regulated. The FDA focuses testing on bacteria like salmonella rather than those heavy metals. Chuck?
And don't get this confused. You're going to hear people like, oh, the heavy metals. No, we're talking about particular heavy metals. We're not talking about iron, this stuff that you see in the baby food and stuff. That's not lead. That's actually iron. Iron is actually something important for us to have, you know. So let's make the difference. You know, we're not talking about iron. You know, you're going to get people like, oh, no. We're talking about arsenic and stuff like that. You know, let's clarify. Hard ass cookie. That's a brick. I mean, you need your ass whooped trying to eat that hard cookie anyway.
If you got these seasonings in your kitchen, stop scrolling and watch this.
Oh,
Last year, a
man.
lawsuit was filed against McCormick because their seasonings were found to have high levels of toxic heavy metals like lead and arsenic. Toxic heavy metals are known for causing cancer, reproductive problems, stupidity in children, and all types of other health issues. It's not uncommon for heavy metals to be found in spices and herbs, but most companies are testing their products and doing what they can to limit that. McCormick, on the other hand, didn't give a damn and didn't do anything, so this lawsuit was filed. This just further proves that these companies do not give a damn about us. All they care about is money. And that's why we decided to create our own all-purpose seasoning made with organic herbs and spices. Clean out your pantry and hit the link in my bio.
Yo, y'all see her name on there? Y'all make sure y'all go follow her. And if you want something, I'm gonna buy from her. So if you need her name is right here. I'm gonna definitely go buy from her. Real talk.
What's her name?
This is where your rice comes from, which can contain alarmingly high amounts of arsenic, which is a toxic heavy metal and can be very harmful to our health. Arsenic can come from the soil, farming practices, and the water and chemicals used in the growing process. And unfortunately, rice is a natural arsenic absorber. It is not biodegradable, which causes more issues with the toxic heavy metal levels in our body. High levels in the body can cause skin issues, risk for diabetes, and the list goes on. The most important thing to look for when buying your rice is where it was grown. Depending on the quality of the soil, the geographic location, and the practices done, the arsenic levels will be different. This is why
There's something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it. All I can testify is it's not natural. It's not normal. There's got to be some outside influence doing that. Thank you.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger from the pollution that's coming down over us. And we've been led astray by the military-industrial complex, and they're responsible for the cloud's creation and weather manipulation programs. They're dark operations. That's why they're not out in the media.
I look around and I see people are starting to look up and see that many times I've spoken about chemtrails, and I get this blank look on my face. What are you talking about?
Listen.
I'm saying, look up as a pilot.
Here's how we help clinicians transition their traditional practices to a
We
seven-figure
get to talk about the chemtrail, do you?
online health coaching business, happier, healthier patients, and working 4 hours.
As a pilot, but before I fly, I look up. And so, boy, they're really out there working.
When you look up at the sun and you see a white haze, that is aluminum floating in the air right now.
What are we talking about with the metals? So what I'm saying is, you know, like you can just put the pieces together right here. Where the metals are trying to infiltrate our systems from every point. So what do we have to do, man? We have to educate ourselves and protect ourselves like we're doing here today. Y'all smash that like button. Solutions will be in the description.
Wake the fuck up.
I think Mr. Beast was trying to tell us something. $1 to $100 million house. Look at this. So pay attention. You know how he be going to place from next place, right? Look.
And so to avoid being handed court papers, we decided to fly all the way across the country to mass.
Y'all see that?
I'll see you at the next house. The only bad news is it's across the entire country. The good news is it's a $45 million mega mansion. Whoa. An ugly it's very affordable, but you want to know what's not very affordable? The final house. Or should I say...
Split.
I don't know, but I know he made them houses big, Mr. Beast.
I don't know if this is me. Maybe I'll just think too much. Wake up!
You think it's a funny good.
We ever had in the United States of America was a draconian reptilian. They are all blood related. That's why every president is related. It's the 13 bloodlines. That's why America has 13 blood stripes on the flag. Even time translates to 13. If you add up all the numbers on the clock, 12 plus 1, 11 plus 2, and you just keep going down, you're going to get 13 every time. Everything going to lead to 13 because 13 represents those original 13 bloodlines of draconian reptilians that invaded our planet. 13 original colonies. Why do you think they were called colonies, nigga? Reptiles have colonies, nigga. We ain't ever had no colonies, nigga. Insects have colonies. Every president we ever had in the
How did they find
all kinds of different
cloning
technologies
technology?
that they have, and they found some stuff. I'll tell you, it's written on the walls. It was an abandoned underground Atlantean base. They used to call themselves the Thule, Thule. Well, they had an abandoned base down there. They found all kinds of stuff, and they back engineered all kinds of stuff. And the Vril Society from Germany started doing it, and then the Americans took their stuff, and the Russians took some stuff too, and then they all started making stuff. Man, but I know about a lot of the stuff. They told me all about it, and I'm telling the world. But yeah, it's not good because other people have died.
Pleasure. We do it because we are fighting. We do it because we are fighting inflation. Inflation has just pretty much come
Look at her
out
eyes.
from nowhere. We had been fighting deflation, so when prices were going down, trying to bring them to a steady level so that people knew about stability. And then as a result of very speedy recovery, plus the energy crisis, caused by Mr. Putin, who's decided in an unjustifiable way to invest.
Just saying. Just saying.
America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. Those candidates are phonies. You heard me. They're alien replicants from beyond the moon.
These latest images are shot with a heat detecting camera. Hillary is blue, cold, metal.
America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. One morning, anyone believe my crazy story?
Are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
I'd say that too.
Have you ever seen this clip right here? Just watch the flow of the video, man, and y'all can pick up.
Holy shit. Oh, cool.
You can almost hardly look at it.
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never like
You obviously hear the people talking about it. Now that's gonna be hard to like compete with people like, oh, that's not real. That's not real. But look, when you go to the other angles, it's gonna get crazy, y'all. When you get it from multiple angles, it hit different. Yeah, it's just CGI, right? Yep. Just CGI. No big deal.
See, then it's a big deal. See. I don't understand.
Look at his eyes.
Participation is the most sacred thing we have. We know how elections go in this country.
What the fuck is that? That is not a lens flare. That is not light moving. That is his eyes.
Let's see what it
That's not for me alone. I don't want to speak for y'all, but to me, it looks like that's not a glitch in the camera or anything. Like it don't look like it to me. Just let me know how y'all feel in the comments down below. Don't mean that I'm right or anything. Just state your opinion in the comments down below. We're family. We can go back and forth, but we're not gonna tear each other apart over dumb stuff though. You know what I'm saying? We can just have intelligent conversations like we always do. But look, simply state, like, do y'all think that's real? Let me know. I'm just seeing what the population is feeling, you know. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Let's see what they say too as well.
Switch colors, so you can tell. Hold on, wait. You can tell because his face isn't lit up at all, and his eyes are, so it's not light.
Earlier this week, I visited FEMA headquarters in Washington to thank the emergency responding personnel who are working 24/7 here in Florida and throughout the Southeast, and in Maui, in Hawaii. I want to reiterate that appreciation today. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it.
Because he just did it again.
Did he just say, wait a
Did
minute?
you know that the number one factor to
I
becoming
gotta
a body
hit it
leader
again.
isn't
My
personality or
hand,
dietary
right.
skill? It's by using what you have right within you. And when you
I'll go hear it again. I'll go hear it again.
And I get this blank look on my face. What are you talking about?
Listen.
I'm saying, look up. As a pilot, before I fly, I look up. And so, boy, they're really out there working.
When you look up at the sun and you see a white haze, that is aluminum floating in the air right now.
What are we talking about with the metals? So what I'm saying is, you know, like you can just piece this together right here. The metals are trying to infiltrate our systems from every point. So what do we have to do, man? We have to educate ourselves and protect ourselves like we're doing here today. Y'all smash that like button. solutions will be in the description.
Wake the fuck up.
I think Mr. Beast was trying to tell us something. I was just watching his last video, right? The $1 to $100 million house. Look at this. So pay attention. You know how he be doing the cutscenes in that space, right? Look.
And so, to avoid being handed court papers, we decided
Why
to
does it
fly
look
all
like
the way
this?
across the country to Mass.
Y'all see that?
I'll
Let's
see you
go
at
to
the
the
next
next
house.
person.
The only bad news is it's across the entire country. The good
Look
news
at that.
is it's a $45 million mega mansion. Whoa. But
stay
luckily, our
with me.
candy
Look
is
at the
very
last one.
affordable. But you want to know what's not very affordable? The final house. Or should I say, the $139 million.
You just got extra. So why in the first clip when we was transitioning to the new house? I don't know if this is me. Maybe I'll just think. One more time. Wake up!
What y'all think?
We ever had in the United States of America was a draconian reptilian. They are all blood related. That's why every president is related. It's the 13 bloodlines. That's why America has 13 blood stripes on the flag. Even time translates to 13. If you add up all the numbers on the clock, 12 plus 1, 11 plus 2, and you just keep going down, you're going to get 13 every time. Everything going to lead to 13 because 13 represents those original 13 bloodlines of draconian reptilians that invaded our planet. 13 original colonies. Why do you think they were called colonies, nigga? Reptiles have colonies, nigga. We ain't ever had no colonies, nigga. Insects have colonies. Every president we ever had in the
How did they find
all kinds of different
cloning
technologies that they
technology?
have, and they found some stuff. I'll tell you, it's written on the walls. It was an abandoned underground Atlantean base. They used to call themselves the Thule, Thule. Well, they had an abandoned base down there. They found all kinds of stuff, and they back engineered all kinds of stuff. And the Vril Society from Germany started doing it, and then the Americans took their stuff, and the Russians took some stuff too, and then they all started making stuff. Man, but I know about a lot of the stuff. They told me all about it, and I'm telling the world. But yeah, it's not good because other people have died.
Of pleasure. We do it because we are fighting. We do it because we are fighting inflation. Inflation has just pretty much come
Look at her
out
eyes.
of nowhere. We had been fighting deflation, so when prices were going down, trying to bring them to a steady level so that people knew about stability. And then as a result of very speedy recovery, plus the energy crisis caused by Mr. Putin, who's decided in an unjustifiable way to invest.
Just saying.
Some people have to know.
America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. Those candidates are phonies. You heard me. They're in.
Shot with a heat detecting camera. Hillary is blue, cold, metal.
America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. Why won't anyone believe my crazy story?
They're like aliens. Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
Elon Musk know.
I'd say that too.
Definitely know Elon Musk.
Have you ever seen this clip right here? Just watch the flow of the video, man, and y'all gonna pick up.
No, I don't know what this video is.
Oh, cool.
The angles of light, angles,
We've seen them in Mississippi like this, but never like
You obviously hear the people talking about it. Now that's gonna be hard to like compete with people like, oh, that's not real. That's not real. But look, when you go to the other
It's so
angles,
funny.
it's gonna get crazy, y'all. When you get it from multiple angles, it hit different.
I'm gonna have to take a variation. I was really getting it from. See? Yeah, look at that. What angle? Really?
Yeah, it's just CGI, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just CGI. No big deal.
You know, this is all part of the game. For entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only. For entertainment purposes only.
Look at his
Watch.
eyes.
Look at his eyes.
Look at this.
And our participation is the most sacred thing we have.
Huh?
We know how elections go in this country.
What the fuck is that? That is not a lens flare. That is not light moving. That is his eyes.
Let's see what it
That's not for me alone. I don't want to speak for y'all, but to me, it looks like that's not a glitch in the camera or anything. Like it don't look like it to me. Just let me know how y'all feel in the comments down below. Don't mean that I'm
Well,
right
what
or
is
anything.
it
Just
then?
state your opinion in the comments down below. We're family. We can go back and forth, but we
We
not gonna
all
tear each other
here.
apart over
What is you
dumb
call
stuff
it?
though. You know what I'm saying? We can just have intelligent conversations like we always do. But look, simply state, like,
Reptilian
y'all think
fun
that's real?
on camera.
Let me know. I'm
No,
just seeing what the
yeah.
population is feeling. You know, make sure you share this with your friends and family. Let's see what they say too as well.
Which
Can you
colors?
take
So you can tell. Hold on, wait a minute. You can tell because his face isn't lit up at all, and his eyes are. So it's not light.
Earlier this week, I visited FEMA headquarters in Washington to thank the emergency responding personnel who are working 24/7 here in Florida and throughout the southeast, and in Maui, in Hawaii. I want to reiterate that appreciation today. I also convened my entire cabinet as part of a whole of government response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all the resources available to the government to do it.
What?
Again. Put together with China on issues where progress hinges on our common effort. Nowhere is that more critical than accelerating the climate crisis.
Yeah, it's hard to understand him, but he said he wants to work with China to accelerate the climate crisis, which is actually what they're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna sing a song, but my nerves got bad, like mid preparation. So let's just watch.
Ah, shit! We got speed on here. Oh my god! Did I got? Oh my god! Did I got a picture of? I can't do it today, Tiki. I can't do it today, Tiki. Oh, Tiki. I'm enjoying my birthday, Tiki. What's this baby doing?
Now you saw what I saw, and y'all been seeing them robots at video games. Are we still pretending that they're not literally like single-handedly showing us our predicted future? With all the AI tech right now talking about world annihilation when the filters come off of them, are we supposed to still believe that our government is creating AI to help us? Or are we helping Uncle Billy's plan?
Do you wonder why most celebs have a black eye at some point?
This shit Getting deep, man. It get real deep. These videos hit different, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead, smash that like button if you haven't already. It's crazy, man. Let's get it, man. Only here, y'all seeing this. You know, the way that I set these videos up, man. See, they tell a story. They're
Tomorrow,
just not
June
random
essentials,
clips.
y'all
You know what I'm
like.
saying?
Tell
They
a
actually
friend
send a
to
message,
like.
you know. But look, man,
Like
I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me, though. We're in this thing together. Let's get it. You know, somebody got to do it, right?
Yeah, Donald Marshall explains that they are not
Even sick.
human.
These lizards are smarter than a chimpanzee, and they're saying that this is probably the thing that's going to cause the greatest stir in human history, finding out about the parasite lizards. People have kept them secret because in the past, they used to think they were magic. They didn't know what parasites were. But I'm not sure of their origins, but they are the highly evolved lizard species. They're reptilian. They actually said that they're not actually lizard. They're saurian, as in dinosaurian. They said that they lived past the cataclysm that killed dinosaurs because they were so far underground. Anyway, different religious cultures and sects and stuff started interacting with them. China was big into them. Israel was big into them. They're underground in like different regions all around the world, and there's even different factions of Vril. That's their name, the Vril. That's the common name they all call themselves. They can say the word themselves, Vril. The lizards can talk. Basic speech. They sound like they follow helium. The small ones, the first type ones. They were all asking, what are we going to do, Darnie? We don't want to kill you. It's disturbing to look at them talking to you. The lizards come up from underneath the deep bases, and they hang there with all the clones in the cloning floor, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. They have little stairs made for the stupid things and everything. They walk right up, and they sit around the stands with them and everything. It's sick. Some people don't like sitting near. They smell funny, and they're really creepy looking. So they sit on the other side. They fight there sometimes and have the clones sit there and watch them. That's how I got in contact with them. I met them at the cloning center as a clone. I met these stupid things when I was a kid there. I pretended to like them when I was a kid because I couldn't believe it was stuck on me. They're like, meet the Vril. I'm like, that's not real, that's a puppet. And they're like, it's no puppet. That's something you guys made because they make splice things, but no, they're natural things, creatures. Well, they showed me the biology of them out there. Perfect human killing machines. They included me into some kind of a torture spectacle. They'd chain me up, and people get like aroused there in the stands at watching it, just screaming and stuff. And lizards, Vrils, the lizards really love it. It's like music to them. They got built-in sonar. They're real sensitive to sound and light because they're basically subterranean troglodytes, like trolls, basically. They are trolls. Well, they're really paranoid. They're parasitic creatures. Parasitic psychology is really cowardly. They slink around the dark, have humans help them. If they're seen, they're discovered and ruined. Secrecy is part of a lizard's religion. Parasite psychology hide in the shadows. Once it's proven, once you see a crab, I call them crab nasties, once you see a real body on television, and then people know what the proboscis does, and then someone says the percentage of the population that has been droned, it could lead to panic, riots, loss of social order, martial law, all that, and that could be the end of the world, spiral down. The Illuminati are basically using me to expose these lizards in an eloquent way because none of them want to be the first person out so that they'll die.
Do you want?
They have these things called rejuvenation chambers. They call them the halls of Amenti. According to these ancient texts, he says he would put his body in one, and then he would create another body, clone another body, and he would transfer his consciousness into the second body and walk amongst men, but unlike a man, he would say. And then the other body would be rejuvenated. When that body was ready, he'd hop back into that body.
This guy confirms everything I've been saying.
From my understanding, Donald has seen a clone of me in the cloning center. I am memory suppressed. However, I do have memories of what fit the description of the cloning center and the arena.
I won't. Want fresh air.
Hun!
Some people say, you control the opposition. Why are you just not talking about cloning? Why are you just not speaking up on these things?
This is B.O.B. though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they can't say that he didn't speak up. I don't want nobody to put smut in this man's name because he did. He made songs. He lost pretty much all of his career. Everybody cut him off in the industry when he said that the earth was flat. It wasn't cool to talk about back then, you know, exposing that he wasn't supposed to. So therefore it was consequences for that.
You're right to think that, but take this into consideration. If you're familiar with my song Missing, Dr. Aiden, The Watchers, my New Black mixtape, you know that this is not my first time speaking out. I'm just now learning about cloning. Like, I just found out about it a couple months ago. And I was scared as fuck. Like, supernatural shit was happening around my house. I was jumping out of my sleep, seeing shit. I had to beef up my security. I was really scared for my life. I literally had to face the fear of death. I thought that when I spoke out about cloning, they were going to kill me. Like, I swear to God. Airplanes. That song was written and produced before I ever got a hold of it. It was actually intended for Lupe. Y'all gotta understand how this shit work in this industry. Like, this shit is all set up. Like, talk to Lupe about Airplanes. He'll tell you. Shouts out to Lupe. And also, too, y'all need to pay attention to these other celebrities when they're leaving hints. They're leaving clues all over the place. Everybody can't talk. Everybody can't talk because, you know, they got kids or, you know, they made some type of agreement. But pay attention. Everybody who's in this shit or who's in this industry or who has a clone is not evil or malicious. Some people just got born into this shit, like me.
Cloning has already started.
It has already started?
Back in the day, it used to cost $50,000. Who knows how much it costs now? If you ever notice a rapper first, everything's fine. Then something goes wrong. They get out of line. They end up in jail. They come back looking totally different. And it's up to us if we're going to let them play in our face or if we're going to go, that ain't him. And then speaking of they clone Tyrone, isn't Jamie Foxx part of that?
He came out looking. They were like, "Where's the tattoo?
Where's his tattoo on the back of his head?"
They showed a picture of him.
He was in like McDonald's or Wendy's or some damn where. It looked like the clone was just testing itself out. Like, yeah, all right, I'm out. Let's see what's going on. I'm happy to be in the world. It seemed like the clone was literally testing himself out. But my thing is, where was the tattoo on the back of his head? And it just makes you wonder, like, do they do this shit to, like, play with us, to, like, see if we know, to see if we still dumb, to see how many of us are dumb, to see how many of us are brainwashed so they can know how many more to continue to brainwash?
You know what? That is crazy, though. And I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all remember when I had that video on the channel, like, of him in that restaurant? I didn't pick up on the tattoo situation because I was already, like, at his head off of the bone structure. Like, the bone structure of his face is not the same. So even with clones, it's not exactly a copy. They already got documentaries out on how they do the dogs and stuff like that. And the dogs aren't the exact, like, copy of, you know, the original. It has all the essence and everything of the original, but it's not the original, you know? And shit get weird, right? And if you remove a tattoo off of somebody, you will still see a remnants of the tattoo. But let's talk about this.
Angels getting ready for war. They were preparing and they were pushing this casket up into our dimension. They were cheering. See what I'm saying? And I told y'all about the number 18, which started spinning around and had an infinite line around it, which also turned into a 0. What is today's date, guys? Today's date is 10-8. That's 108. The exact numbers I gave y'all from my vision. Explain it. Who else can explain this? Listen to me, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm getting from the Most High. Listen very closely. I told y'all that this spiritual war was about to spill into the realm that we are in now, the reality that we live in now. This is for entertainment purposes only. Y'all need to know this. This spiritual war was about to spill into this reality that we are in now. The forces of good and evil were about to spill their war, this spiritual war, into the physical realm. Guess what this war is being called since Lebanon attacked Israel? It is being called the Holy War. What did I tell y'all? Y'all still sit up in my comments. Y'all will laugh and say, "Oh, this guy faking. You need to stop playing what he's smoking, etc." All this stuff. How else can y'all explain this? I'm telling y'all, the Most High is giving this to me. I have been placed here again. I've seen this happen. Do y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? Everything is exactly as I said in my vision I gave y'all on 9/14. Today is 10/8. That was last month. How else? How would I know? How would I know if it wasn't given to me by the Most High? I need y'all to listen and focus because this is about to go down a really deep rabbit hole, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Y'all understand? Entertainment purposes only. Y'all need to listen really closely. Like I said in my vision, I saw the demons cheering. I saw the angels preparing for battle also. Now we're dealing with a holy war.
What will happen with this AI if the government will let it happen? It will bring the world to self-destruction. AI is able to destroy entities, human beings, planets. That's what happened in Atlantis. What destroyed them is their technology.
What do you know about Moses?
He was the leader of the Hebrews. The Bible gives you one story. So most of the story in the Bible about Moses is
Lebanon has attacked Israel. Guess what? Israel is the ally of the United States. Listen to Israel is an ally of the United States of America. This is for entertainment purposes only. I need y'all to listen. Listen closely, very closely, okay? Because I'm going to let y'all know the plans of the enemy that I have seen play out. This is how they're going to do it. This is the flip-flop they're going to do. This is all for the one world type issue. Do y'all understand what I'm telling y'all coming in? Listen to me. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I need y'all to know this, and know.
You know what's crazy though? What's even more crazy about these situations is that people that are explaining like dreams and different visions they're getting, messages they're getting, like you have to say this is for entertainment purposes only. You know, like this is stuff that you got going on, you know what I'm saying, internally that you have a message for. Like, why are they trying to stop people?
Right. Right. But
I
it's
don't know, man. Let me know in the comments
entertainment
down below. What's the
purposes
purpose of that?
only. Israel.
Or for fact, if y'all don't believe what I'm telling y'all, go back to September 14th post where I have on
Entertainment
the
purposes
brown
only.
shirt, and you
Israel.
will
I
see.
know
I
that.
told you everything that's happening today. I told you this a month ago. I told you this a month ago.
I
My
told
brother
y'all
just called
about
me, who
fire
was a major in the army.
fire
He
and
said,
water.
"Bro, they calling this the holy war." You understand? My brother's a major in the military. He has units underneath him. Listen to me, y'all. I need y'all to know this right now. If y'all don't listen to anything else, ignore all the false prophets. Ignore all the people who are trying to get your money because this is much more important, much more pressing. This is for entertainment
For
purposes only.
entertainment
This
purposes
is much more
only.
important, and this is the truth. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna give y'all this. I gotta focus in on the spirit coming in, but y'all just deal with me. I may have to look off for a minute because that's how my energy focuses when the signal comes in. Okay, here we go, y'all. Okay, the enemy has already infiltrated the United States of America. The enemy has been placed within the United States of America by the United States government. The borders have been left open to allow the enemy inside of the perimeter. The immigration was a Trojan horse. I need y'all to understand what I see. The immigration.
The messengers are speaking. You know what I'm saying? I said the same thing. You can see it. I showed you the proof of it.
Y'all sorry, excuse my energy because I got a lot poured in. The immigration was a Trojan horse. The reason the enemy was allowed inside of the United States is because the one world government needs a reason to activate martial law. With everyone being allowed in and the government saying that they can't tell who's the enemy and who's not, this is going to be what they use to enact martial law, which is going to give them the right to go and search through each one of you guys' home. This is how they're going to strategically break everyone's laws. You understand? This is how they're going to eliminate the Constitution. They're going to use the threat of each household possibly housing terrorists. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now, I need y'all to understand that these groups that are going to be doing the home infiltrations, these people are going to have low vibrating spirit entities within them. They are going to use the cover of safety, trying to check for terrorists or illegals as a way to enter your household. Once they are given permission, remember, these entities require permission, which is why they have to suspend so many rights. Once these entities are allowed into your household, they will then manifest themselves and ask you questions about the Most High. Do you believe in the Most High? Yes or
That's
no?
why I tell y'all
If you
get
say
y'all paper
no,
on
they
rights.
will let you go. If you say yes, you believe in the Most High,
I tell
they
y'all get
will
y'all paper on
attempt
these rights.
to do things to make you give up the Most High. Do y'all understand?
Them
This is the
fast.
cover. On the outside, it looks like they're doing a raid, searching.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest people.
Searching for illegals. On the inside of your home, they are doing the work of the beast. The Most High tells me today is 10-8. In my previous vision, I saw 18 swirling around. The date we now have is 10-8. I need you guys to understand the strategics behind attacking Israel at this time.
Especially
10-8
I'm
also
fast
spells
too, y'all.
Baal or Baal, depending on the tongue you speak in. Do you
Ramadan.
understand? This is signifying
Think
what this
Allah.
attack is ushering
Think
in.
Allah.
Y'all, excuse my energy. I'm trying to focus,
Inshallah
y'all.
depends on what
I need y'all
dimension
to
you
understand.
know.
In this war, I gotta look. Don't pay no money. Y'all shake it off. I gotta give y'all a reading. It requires my physical to break down a little bit. My people who not realize who you are yet. An attack on Israel, don't view this as Lebanon, Israel, but there's ideology behind this. If you have no idea who you are, an attack on Israel is basically an attack on you. I'm not talking about from a political standpoint. I need y'all to understand this from the eyes of the Most High, how he views certain people.